ridiculous.
I know.
No.
It's amazingly cute. Hello.
We are.
He's
Okay.
Sucks to be you. 80s.
Hello.
So we can talk, but you can't talk.
Hello.
Missed ya. We didn't.
Does
We
anyone
just
remember
missed
us?
each other.
If you
Sparky's
remember
in
us,
the chat.
tell us who we are.
Sparky's in the chat, but I think that's all we've got at the moment.
I think the
Sparky's
rest
in
of
the
them are
chat.
us, yeah.
The
Sparky?
rest of them are us.
Yeah,
Oh,
people,
no, it's on my TV chat.
people
Oh
won't
shit,
remember.
I'm not in there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Probably be in
That's
there.
not in the
pushing there.
fucking chat.
No, of course I'm not in the chat.
I'm not in the
What
chat.
kind of a stream is this shit?
I'm in the chat.
I'm always in the chat.
Ree's here. I don't need to do things.
I can tell you who's in the chat if you want.
Chaos mod.
Sparky.
Sparky.
Dice of the Beholder. Nightbot's in here.
Oh.
Ree's in here.
Does it even work anymore?
But it does for
No.
me. Blizzard. I'm in here. Fucking hell, that's good.
It's not showing on there. I'm going to have to put it on my phone as well.
So the only one watching is Sparky, and he's
Rich,
probably
you
just got
okay?
it on
Like
his
you
side.
Sparky.
Yeah, fine.
You look like you just chugged.
Yeah,
You're like
fine.
really pink.
No, hiccuping.
Oh.
Oh, even worse.
Welcome to every what's it called now? Every RPG. We got rid of.
Yeah, there we go.
What's
That
it
one.
called now?
You're the one that keeps changing the name.
Had to get rid of it for social security reasons or whatever.
You got locked out of it.
I got a lot. It's a new channel. That's why there's only us 6 watching it.
Yeah.
Welcome to channel version 6.0.
Let me.
ready.
We put it in Discord that we're alive.
Yes. It was done a while ago.
Ready to spam the commands.
Session 57 of When Glory is Not Enough. Oh, Gaflory.
Good Flory.
Come
There we go.
join
I've
us.
sent one of your children to partial college,
What?
university even. Converted my Prime sub to an actual sub.
Whee! That'll be Sam's fund.
It's also my 22-month sub-anniversary.
Whee! What's going on here? Whee! Oh, it's just come through. It actually worked. Right, let's do some stuff. Right, we're playing D&D 5th Ed and
Are we?
2024 and whatever the internet throws at us, rules and regulations. We got a few
We'll just do a little
sponsors. Go
podcast.
check them out. Lucky Bottom Hats are amazing. There'll be a link in the chat if you're watching this on
Teamwork.
YouTube. Grafted
That's
Campaigns
fine.
is Sparky. Go check him out on Etsy. Minis for days. Sunscape. I'll get Sunscape up. Music, sound effects,
What about that?
ambience. If you need it in your games, whether digitally
What's
or around the
Sparky's
table.
one? There it is.
Crafted Campaigns.
No, it's not. It's
No, it
Sparky.
should be
Oh, Sparky.
Sparky.
Go
And
check
I've
them out.
changed it.
Coyote Grey, I've not talked to in about 2 years, but
That's
Yeah.
a lie. You say that every time we stream. You're like,
all
I
right.
haven't
So
spoken to
all right. So
anything.
last time we're 23 months then. There you go.
5 years then.
yeah. I still haven't spoken to Coyote Grey since we did the stuff, but if you do use Roll20 a lot, go check out his tokens on the marketplace. Just look for Coyote Grey. Super cool chibi artwork. I love chibis. I told Becky she was my chibi artwork the other day. I had to explain it to her. It's kind of ruined the moment, but that's it. We've got sponsors. We're famous. We're legends. I have better hair than Mercer. You can, let him know that. And Rich is gunning for Travis's title of,
Jocks, man.
jocks back here
I will always be gutted that I missed out on that.
on the t-shirt. Yeah,
Limited edition. I'm gutted.
I'm sure if we arm wrestle him, he'll send us another. All right.
Well, out of pity.
Yeah, just look at us and be like, "God, you only just make 6 foot." No. I still want to play Spike, the love child of Pike and Grog, but. Oh.
Let's just be like a regular human.
Yeah, just a massive gnome, a dwarf.
Just
It'll be a
regular
dwarf.
sized person.
Just be a dwarf, mate. The Goliath comes down, the gnome goes up.
Evening, Chuckles.
Chuckles,
Yes,
telling you, Spike. I'm going to call him Spike Strongchin. Just, you know what I mean?
I think I've read too many questionable books to try and figure out how that would work.
What, a Goliath? Getting it on with a gnome?
Yeah.
It's pretty much mine and Alice's marriage.
Well, the stretchy fairies.
Who's it gonna fucking say something? I was about to say, if you need to know, AD can explain this.
Yeah. You get a stool. Evening, Chuckles. Right, before we go down this rabbit hole, this hobbit hole, Ray.
Yeah, it's probably a bit too early for that rabbit hole.
Yeah. It's 10 to 8.
1 hour. 1 hour.
I don't know if Hannah's frozen. Or just straight up.
I'm really trying to figure it out.
Had the 404 error.
Yeah. All right, nerd. Calm yourself.
You've read the books with the stretchy fairies.
Right. Before.
I've read the books with the stretchy fairies.
But we need to read more chapters of the.
There's like
Stretchy
12 we
Fairies.
haven't read.
As long as
Anyway,
it's-
sorry, AD.
roll initiative, twats.
Okay.
You
Really?
all die. There you go. Right, we're on session 57. You're on an airship. Remy's been about. There's wyverns everywhere. Etoria's in a bit of a shit state. There's a lot of unliving everywhere. Where Word Google Docs likes to correct that to unloving. It's a nightmare when you're writing stuff. There's unloving everywhere.
Unloving. We need to kill the unloving.
Yeah, kill them all. Kill them all.
It was all the love in last session.
I rolled a 7. That's optimistic. So you know it's a shit state around Etoria. You met a few folks in, what was it called? Toul? The port town of Toul. And it's where you met
Ravioli.
Ravioli. Pienze shish kebab. Whatever his name is.
Inigo Montoya.
You killed my
Name
father.
is Ravioli. You killed my last character.
Yeah.
Wish.com. Inigo Montoya.
I will counter that with you killed your own last character.
Twice.
You were on the airship, the Syrian Hind, which is now yours and empowered. Oh, you also have what's her face? Shauna.
Shauna's here.
Shauna's here.
Gonna
So
be
it's-
our living blacksmith.
Living blacksmith. You have a very powerful forging area on the ship, one that she will take advantage of if you require her to. And Remy is also a bit of a master alchemist. He doesn't even label shit. He still doesn't label stuff because now he remembers it. And he's done a few push-ups. You were heading to Tophis, the capital of Etoria. Let me crack open Sirenscape for some ambiatic music.
Ambiance.
Ambiance.
Ambience.
Ambiance.
Ambience.
Can't beat a bit of
Sounds
ambience.
like you're trying to say ambulance in Welsh.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Call me an ambulance. Call me an ambience. To be fair, that
Call
was
me an ambulance. You're an ambulance.
yeah. I was just literally that was such a good joke as a kid. Call me an ambulance. You're an ambulance.
You're an ambulance.
Right.
My beautiful wife made stuffing.
I've lost my notes.
Stuffing, beautiful wife. What? You've lost your notes.
Shauna, no,
I've lost the
Shauna
plot,
gave us
mate.
our stuff. Shauna gave it. I got my sword from Shauna.
Yeah, I
She
can't
gave
remember
you
if I
back
gave.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I gave my blades to Shauna to redo the.
Yeah, you did. The handles.
Yes.
Yeah.
To make them matching. Be nice and.
Arcane Forge of ultimate, like, you know, what possibility. Can you paint that one blue and pink?
Do you expect anything else from me? I don't want it powerful. I want it pink.
Wow. That's how I
I
had
do
the
expect
third
some
kid.
creativity.
No.
Let's see if this.
I've got dinner.
I don't know how loud this is.
Congratulations.
People in the chat, if there is any, let me know if this is the background. The ambience is too
Ambiance.
loud.
I'm
Ambiance!
at least
Croissant.
Beyonce.
Right. I wrote a fucking monologue. So, first things first, as opposed to second.
Your brains.
Your brains. You're on the ship. You are heading over the land of Etoria. Althea, you know that the Empress's Isles are all her. She owns them. So even if she wasn't Empress, the islands still belong to her. So they're on the east side of Etoria. They are heavily protected. Each island is welcoming to tourists, but also heavily guarded. Originally was one piece of ground, and then it's split into many pieces. The city, you've never visited the city, if you remember way back when it was the plan to go fight in the Great Colosseum of Etoria.
Yeah.
You ended up meeting Velk instead. And it all went fucking sideways.
Was it only last week?
Yeah. It's only been 3 days. So now you are finally going to the capital city. You know very little about it other than it is the jewel of Etoria. The Empress is supposed to be, just almost deity level in her reputation and the stories about her spreading out across Etoria. But being Etorian, everything's about, shouting your own pipe, whatever that means. Are there any conversations you wish to have on the ship? Hey, up Sydney? Someone called Sydney. Oh God, them horses are loud. Or are you just wanting the monologue into the city?
I don't think any of us remember enough to finish any conversations from last time.
I'm just trying to find. So,
find your monologue?
while I found the monologue, I'm just trying to find some decent music. Rhea, can you give me a history check?
Probably not.
Can you roll a dice?
From pistachios.
I can click a button that will roll a dice for me.
Just throw a number at me.
Sacrilege.
73.
73?
73.
Nice. Minus...
You asked us to throw a number at you. You didn't specify.
Well,
It's true.
74 was the number you needed, so...
Okay.
What did your dice say?
It said a 10.
Plus, minus, what?
A 10?
There is no plus or minus.
Okay, so when Althea is talking about Tophis as the capital and this great city of Etoria, you recognise Tophis as a translation of a Fey word, but you can't place the Fey word. It sounds familiar to you, but you're unsure.
She is literally just gonna mumble it the entire time. Until she remembers. Or she walks past someone, says it, and they go, I know what that means.
See if this does what I need it
That's
to.
what my plan is.
I speak Sylvan. Do I hear anything from this Fey word?
Give me a history check.
Okay, I will.
Oh,
I will.
That's what I needed.
History check. Okay, plus 0.
And I also
8.
do it because I speak Sylvan and Elvish.
All of you roll a history check.
All right.
Why?
You're past her, boy.
Not-
All right. What did you get first? No. Cool.
8.
I mean,
Ooh, 18.
Ravioli?
That's a 19,
17.
19 minus 1, by the way.
Oh.
17. I speak Elvish, but none of us.
okay.
I speak Celestial.
So, the word
We
Tophis.
speak.
The word Tophis is an Etorian translation of a Fey word, and the Fey word is Nykara. 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 It originates from a how do I put it? The realm of night, but in the Fey realms. So, I've waited 17 years for this monologue.
Take it away.
Take it away. You land Go. Approaching these isles from the vastness of the sky, you can see the city of Nikara. It unfolds like a forgotten myth brought to life. At first, all you see is the sprawling, shimmering canopy of the Feyarn forest. A sea of deep greens and silver blue glows. Its bioluminescent, thank you, a thesaurus. Its bioluminescent flora pulsing faintly as if alive. The ship glides over towering ancient trees, their trunks gnarled and twisted into otherworldly shapes. The air around you feels charged, as though you're passing through a realm where the veil between mortal and magical world grows thin. The city itself emerges abruptly from this mystical expanse, perched atop a series of jagged cliffs that plunge into the shimmering cerulean sea below. At its centre rises the Erebus Citadel, a sprawling palace carved from black stone, its spires stabbing into the sky like shadowy fangs. The citadel is wrapped in a living lattice of glowing vines faintly pulsing with bluish light. From the tallest spire you see faint beams of light cast skyward, forming spectral constellations above the city. These lights mark the power of the Empress, a visible reminder of her watchful presence. Below the citadel is the rest of Tophis, or to some known as Nikara. It spreads out in concentric rings, each layer a testament to a blend of mortal ingenuity and fey influence. The Agora of Legends dominates the city's heart. Its grand statues visible even from this height, depicting gods, heroes, and beasts locked in eternal poses of triumph and tragedy. The square is alive with movement. Vendors hawk goods beneath colourful awnings, performers draw crowds with their magic-infused displays, and priests lead small ceremonies to honour the divinity of the tigers, the city's patron deity. To the east, atop a sacred hill encircled by groves of olive trees, lies the sanctuary of the divine tiger. Its pristine white marble glows faintly in the sunlight, and its central altar radiates an ethereal light, visible even from the air. Pillars carved with all manner of tiger motif frame the temple, and from your vantage you think you can see a faint spectral shapes prowling the hill, guardians of the sanctuary. Althea holds her breath. The city's architecture is a striking contrast to the natural chaos of the forests of the Feyarn. Streets are laid out in precise patterns, forming runic shapes visible only from above. Buildings of white marble and dark stone are adorned with flowing ivy, their rooftops lined with silver and blue tiles. Lined with silver and blue tiles that catch and refract the light in mesmerising patterns. You notice courtyards dotted with fountains, their waters enchanted to flow in seemingly impossible ways, spiralling upward before cascading into glittering arcs. Surrounding Nikara is a shimmering ghostly barrier. This is the city's magical ward. It ripples faintly as your airship nears, creating a kaleidoscope of colours where sunlight and enchantments meet. Beyond the cliffs the sea sparkles unnaturally, the waves reflecting hints of gold and green as if blessed by divine magic. As the ship descends, the skies darken slightly, not from the clouds, but from the presence of something unseen, a lingering tension in the air that seems to emanate from the city itself. The wind carries faint whispers, and the distant sound of a tiger's roar echoes briefly, reminding you that this is no ordinary city. Nikara watches, alive and aware, its gaze as unyielding as that of its empress. Thank you. Woo! Right, we can finish now, guys. We can finish now.
Next week.
That's it.
2 weeks free.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You can see the sky. Oh, cool. 5 subs. You can see you can see the sky harbour of Nikara before you. Airships are not common in Colossus. From wherever lands you hail from, you may have seen them, but they're rare. They can be awe-inspiring, but you live in a world of magic. So to see your ship approaching such a place that is dedicated to receive such vessels is new. Slightly uninspected, maybe. That's super loud. all manner of folk are rushing around this sky harbour. It reminds you of a dock, as you would when a ship comes into harbour, into port. Remy directs it the best he can, and the ship is received. There is another ship that is also here that doesn't seem to have too much movement on it. It is of dark wood. The sails are grey and miserable, but it is a expensive. There is a nobility to this ship. It is. Well, give me a perception check.
11.
Okay, Tony's back.
Unnatural 20.
Ooh.
9.
9.
Natural 20, 25.
Boom. Raya?
Was that 2 nat 20s?
No, I got an unnatural.
25.
Cool. The three of you, Althea, Raya, and Rav. What?
Yeah.
Very, very intricately woven into the dark wood of this ship that is a couple hundred feet away from you, because it's just as large as the airship you're on. You can see that there has been almost done with a pyro pen. It's that thin. You just got incredible eyes, all three of you, like deep pools of wisdom and beauty. You spot the wolf motifs through the wood. There's nothing. This is it's simplistically beautiful, is this ship, and now you see beyond the simplicity of the dark wood. There is wolf motifs carved in every plank. For most, they'd have to be standing 5 feet from it to admire the artwork. Whoever this ship belongs to has a thing for wolves.
Wolf brother.
Bearer, but yeah.
Yeah, of course not.
In who? I was like,
Not wolf bearer, is it?
On the dock of the Sky Harbour, you can see that the building beyond is kind of made to suit the shape of the cliffs where you've landed, and you can see that there is a lift mechanism that is mechanical rather than magical, large enough for freight and cargo and such. There is also it's not quite invisible. You kind of see it shimmer. These discs that go up and down where the people are going up and down from the Sky Harbour into the city of Tophis/Nykara. There's no one that seems to be of the wolf ship also here in dock. There's a couple of crew maybe sat on the deck, but they don't seem to be catching your eye too much. Remy will. So, what's the plan? I can stay here with Wolfbear and keep an eye on the ship.
That might be a good idea. That ship. How far away is the other ship?
200, 300 feet away. Like you're both massive 3-mast airships.
Yeah.
So you're not parked next to each other. Like you've got your own bays, as it were.
Parallel packed in.
Both ships are, gargantuan in size. Like they're large vessels.
Yeah.
I think yours
Handsome,
can. Yeah.
Handsome man. Pointing at Remy.
All right. Wolfbear was like
nudge
need a
Remy
shave.
like that.
Yes.
Have you been to the city before?
Oh no. I've had interactions with some of the alchemists here, but that's over message, and a couple of merchants have brought some things, but not much. The last year wasn't really feet on the ground.
I was hoping perhaps we would have a guide. I spent the majority of my career avoiding this city in particular. So there are perhaps some dark and seedy places I could get information.
You could definitely hire a guide. I'm sure there'll be some untrustworthy people, or even trustworthy, among and just gestures at the people on the harbour just working around.
That ship over there, I don't know if anyone else has seen how it's decorated. I think that,
The one covered in wolves.
yes,
Ah, yes.
Everdark's ship.
Who?
Is it? How do you know?
The wolf, he's coming here. It's huge and fancy, and it's covered in wolves. Who
I
else
w-
is it going to be?
I will add, Fazer, it does have a Ravenholm-esque design to it.
He's here.
I'm gonna like start stroking my bow in a slightly creepy fashion, staring at
Just
the ship.
just for heads up, in case you guys have forgot, your main reason for coming here is because Gluttonius, Rathian, and Everdark are meeting
All here.
the
yeah.
Empress. Yeah.
So we need to go to. I think we should potentially try and get an audience with the Empress and explain who we are, why we're here, and who the people are that she's meant to be meeting, and the background that we've had with them, especially Gluttonius. I think we have a lot of. Well, we've got unfinished business with all of them, but Gluttonius and Rathian, I would like to meet them again now that we're stronger, more experienced. Yeah. And then
Who's this?
Everdark, I feel, is a different kettle of fish. So Gluttonius is a dwarf. We met them. What was the name of the town that we were in?
Buxy Bay.
Was it Buxy Bay that got
Oh, you mean the one up the road? Clay Eye.
Clay Eye? Sorry, we were in Clay Eye. And
You did meet them in
Gluttonius-
Buxy Bay as well.
Yeah, Gluttonius was feeding the locals. Well, she would put
Ah,
like an
yes.
enchantment on them. I don't know if you heard about
It's
the
a terrible thing what happened to Play Eye, yes.
Yes, that we were there, and we tried to stop it, but we failed. And Rathian is like her henchman. I have a history with him.
Inside check.
Yeah.
We
What, me?
Yeah, we tried to help, but we failed.
Oh. We did try and help in our own way.
Well, these lammies. Got
Bullshit.
to find these lammies.
We got delayed a bit.
We took a lammies and we left, right?
All I can remember from Clay Eye is Belt going, "Oh, you should write something on that desk." I can't write.
Speak to the dog.
But yes,
the
I
dog.
think we should go and try and get an audience with the Empress as soon as possible and let her know. Just in case, I don't know if that Rathian and Gluttonius and Everdark have ill intentions towards the Empress. Do you know? We might need to warn her about who the people that she's meeting.
You are all big shiny heroes.
Yes.
You, of course, Lioness of the Sands. Your name must carry at least some weight, yeah? Yes?
I never made it to Tophus. But maybe my name, but I physically never made it to fight in Tophus. My path changed when I met these guys.
You ran me all stepping. You were a prodigy, maybe.
Maybe.
And he kind of
Maybe
feels a
I
little bit
could-
embarrassed.
Maybe I could say that I am here to meet the Empress as I don't know, to
As a
see her
sacrifice.
and present myself, and I don't know. Maybe that would get us an audience, but I don't know who we'd to even talk to set that up.
A moment. I'm gonna walk to the edge of the ship.
Okay.
Look down at the people on the dock. Come on, come all, please.
Oh no.
Welcome to your beautiful city, the jewel of the sands, the lioness themselves, Althea.
Give me a
My
performance
shield
check.
like that.
Come. Performance check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still holding my bow and look at him and going,
What I made is why I made it.
Althea's holding
That
a
is
shield
going
in
to
front of
be
her.
There's a little bit obsessed with that, though.
26.
As Rav is stood there on the railing, just full on walking up and down the railings, balance perfect, arms out wide, hair flowing in the wind. More and more people that they're putting their crates down and they're moving around. You get a few people. All the buildings here are just makeshift canvas and poles. There seems to be a natural breeze here that flows through, so they just embrace it. And even the taverns are just open. It's like Hawaii in Greece, up a mountain in front of an airship. I mean, join the dots, kids.
Did you say that is Rav walking up and down the railing?
Yeah,
that?
just just backwards and forwards. Yep.
So, as he says,
Push it.
blindness of the sun, introduces myself. No, I'm gonna put down my shield to
Jump
begin
off
with,
the ship.
and then I'm gonna jump, but I'm gonna do a flip over the railing and land on the floor the other side.
Iron
I'm
Man.
gonna jump. Yeah, pretty much.
Iron Man landing. They all start listening into Rav. Rav's got a bit of a crowd now, and they're all like, yeah, what's that? And then a few, Etheria, Faze, and Ray, you notice a few, and every now and then you hear the mention of the Lioness of the Sands, and people claiming that, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that natural. Oh, there's someone important here. Yeah, we go way back, me. You know what I mean? There's an element of notoriety just by the emphasis that Rav's given to the speech, and then to add to it, a 6-foot plate-clad gladiator with magic sword flips over. Iron Man lands on the thing. Crowd goes ballistic.
Do I need to roll?
We'll get to that bit. Crowd goes ballistic as they see you flip through the air. Can I have an acrobatics check, please?
Could it be athletics?
You flipped, therefore it's acrobatics. Iron Man cheated. He had a suit that flies.
22.
Can I offer guidance? I was going to offer guidance, but you don't need it. Carry on,
Missed,
live your life.
Althea. Just missed. Just for...
60. I have a +6, but I've got a +9 in athletics. So I was hoping for...
You flip over. People are immediately scared for your life as they see all the metal clung to your form, and the fact that there is a few 100,000 feet gap, like drop if you miss the edge of the harbour, and you land fist in the floor. Iron Man shield out to the side, long red mohawk out the top of the helmet, and you just look at the crowd. There's a moment of silence, and then everyone goes absolutely mental.
I'll stand up and like put my arms out and start.
They all rush you,
spinning.
essentially.
Yeah.
They all rush you, and they're like, "Oh!"
You said twerking.
Start twerking.
Start spinning with my arms out, greeting.
Rav's throwing flower petals everywhere. They all come towards you like the celebrity you've claimed to be.
Look, fully coins.
Coins.
Just throwing coins at them.
Literally, like coins.
Yeah,
Right.
2p's hurt, man. You know what I mean? Like, rocks skipping 2p's at people.
Pinging them off their
yeah. Knocking them out. Coins start to shower the air around you, Althea, and there is an immediate celebrity status. You know, whether, you know, how accurate it is, who cares? It was a hell of a sales pitch, and these
Just
lot have
looking
fallen
at Rav
for
like,
it. Yeah. Oh, you the lioness? Oh, I'm pleased to meet you. Oh, I saw you fight. And they start reeling off some of these fights you might remember. Other fights you know
Did
you
not
were not there. Yeah. But it's, yes.
Who among you is fit to guide the lioness and her entourage around the city?
Oh, me. Like everyone's putting their hands up. Then there's a bit of a scrap going on. I know my best way. Whilst the scrapping's going on, you feel a little tug just on your lower jacket. And you look down, and there's a 3-foot dead. Not as in they're dead. They're 3 foot. Just
3 foot dead gnome.
Yeah.
3 foot dead
Just lying on the
Oh,
floor.
like, not him.
His foot catching you as
Not
you
him.
went down.
He is not the guide for you. Yeah.
Who did you land on, Althea? Who did you land on?
That gnome.
Tell my wife and kids I was killed by the lioness.
You see a halfling with curly blonde hair, bright blue eyes, very cherub-like features. Could not fit more stereotype of the tales of old of halflings running around the Highlands. They're in a simple, like white linen tunic, fashioned of Atoria, and I say stand out. They stand out because everyone else is scrapping around them, and they've just kind of ninjaed through and just pulling on. I'm a pretty good guide.
Whose jacket is he tugged on?
Yours.
I'm on the
Rob's.
ship.
Didn't you jump off? There's a little tug on you while you're on the ship.
Sorry.
So on you, Althea. He's tugging on you, Althea.
On me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's made it through the
We're
crowd.
not repeating last
No.
episode.
He's tugging Rab off. Yeah, he says, I'm a pretty good guide to Althea. Obviously, you heard Rav call for a guide.
Are you? What makes you a good guide?
Well, I know my way around the city. Is it here you want a bit of guide for? If it's outside the city, not so much. But I can guide you around the city.
We need a guide for around Tophus. Why don't you go and see just go up the ramp to the ship. Go and see my friend that's on the barrier.
Okay. He misty steps to the plank and walks up onto the ship to speak to Rav. Hello.
No more applications.
The lion. Oh, come on! And everyone, it's your fault, and they all start scrapping again.
I'm signing their chests and like hugging babies and stuff. Like,
Oh, brought
Tiny
it. Whose
babies
baby is
in
that?
chests.
That baby is a level 1
I'm
barbarian.
hugging chests and signing babies.
yeah.
I would still like Face to be stood there holding her
The
bow,
bow.
just looking furious and just like there's a cloud over it. You know,
So
just like,
the halfling comes onto the deck of the ship, looks at you lot. Greetings. The lioness said to speak to you, points at Rav.
Yes, who are you?
My name's Tomlin. And does like a little bow.
And you are from here?
Yeah. I've spent a lot of time here recently.
We need to go and see the Empress.
Okay. The lioness, like, when you said a guide, I thought it was like sugar dates and pistachios. You know what I mean?
To the Empress.
I could get you close to the palace. I can't get you in. I mean, but if that's the lioness, maybe.
It's the lioness. We can get ourselves.
It's the lioness.
the lioness is still like
Skywalker. Yeah.
Can you get us to the palace?
I could definitely get you to the palace.
Very well. I am Ravios. This is Rhea. This is Tyria.
Pleased to meet
You
you.
have met
Pleased to
the
meet you.
lioness.
I'm Tomlin.
and,
Pleased to meet you, Tomlin. Pleased to meet you.
The terrifying statuesque woman over there is Face.
As the hello.
alright.
Okay. Yeah. So I probably walk near you then, Rav. Just kind of tries not to be so rude to turn his back to Face, but he does not want to make eye contact with the half robot death machine.
I've also tried not to make eye contact since I came to the ship. Apparently, I'm intruding. Or at least that is how it feels. But anyway, onwards. We are ready, yes?
I am. Are you all ready? Oh, hello, Lucy. Child. You off to bed?
bedtime, Lucy.
Yeah.
As someone once said, extend.
There's
Good night, Luce.
Bye.
Bye,
Nana. Go on, child.
Hi.
See you later.
She's
Bye-bye.
so freaking cute.
Bye.
I cannot wait to see her
baby
this
anymore.
year. Hey, I can't wait to see her this year. I'm gonna eat her up and give her up.
I'm leaving her home. So.
Liar, Anya would not survive. You can't. Did you put Cytheria in the introductions?
Did I? Who?
No, I said it here.
Yeah.
This is Rhea, this is Etheria. You have met the lioness, but also Althea, and this is Face.
Robot lady.
Etheria stood next to Faze, just murmurs, "Do we have to do fancy flips off the boat, or can we just walk down the ramp?"
I'm not. Let's just walk.
Rhea doesn't even question it. She like soars straight up into the air, does some acrobatics, and then like hero lands next to Althea.
You hear a lot of hoo ha he.
Right, that's
Oh,
it.
Matt
I'm
Donald.
taking on bodyguard.
Remy.
How high up?
Sorry.
Sorry, go on. No, you go.
I was going to say, Remy, you are staying with the Terrasks, yes?
Yes. The wyvern.
Wyverns.
Wyverns, sorry.
Why
They
you
look-
don't have a little collection
They
of
look.
giraffes?
Mine's a
Don't-
giraffe.
Wyverns, mate.
There are no Terras in Colossus. They died out with the dragons. Yeah,
Sorry,
me
real
and
quick one.
me and
Is
Wolf
it
Bear.
safe to assume that we no longer have a point of exhaustion?
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
How far up
making
is
You were all
the?
you were all fully rested, slept. The time it took to get here was fast forwarded for Monologue.
From where I am on the dock,
Yep.
and I've got the ship next to me. How far up is like the barrier of the ship? Like, can I jump and pull myself up by the
No.
barrier?
No.
No. Okay.
It's a gargantuan fortress ship. Yeah. I mean, you can try.
Would that be an athletics check?
It'd be a fucking big athletics check. Bear in mind, between you
That
and the
would
ship,
simply be death.
there's about 40 feet between you and the ship,
Oh,
and then
okay.
just downwards.
That's fine. I'll just wave goodbye to Rebby then.
See
Is,
ya.
is Wolf Bearer coming with us?
I'll
I think
stay.
they're both staying.
I'll stay with Remy.
Yeah.
It's
Just
easier.
thinking if we approach the palace as a delegation of peoples from many different places. No?
You can't go changing what we're doing. We're here with the lioness. We want to see the thing. Let's not overcomplicate
That
it.
might not work.
Well, then we're gonna have to break in. Okay.
Tomlin puts his hand up.
Okay.
I'm just a guide.
Ignore anything you hear. Just get us to the palace.
Yeah. Sneaky armor plate. Okay. Yeah, I can lead. Yeah, we can go to the.
Actually, I didn't specify sneakily break in. I just said break in.
I mean,
Very loudly.
Apologies.
We're very subtle, as you can tell.
On the very subtle bit, Raya starts producing like falling flowers from the sky using druidcraft. As we're walking, as like a procession.
As we leave the ship, Etheria just says to Felicity, "Can you watch over these, please? I'll be back for you."
That's it. Tomlin.
Be careful of that ship.
Yeah. All the wyverns just give the ship dead eyes.
How far is the palace, Tomlin?
From here, maybe an hour's walk through the city.
Carriage?
We'd have to go down first.
Do we not have to go down first anyway?
Well, yeah, but if
Yes. Carriage.
Okay.
Carriage.
Follow
Where
me.
did you get your money from?
Hmm?
Where did you get your money from?
Pardon? I can't hear you. We're walking. Come on. Come on, Etheria. Let's go.
So Tomlin will lead the way and make his way through the crowd to Althea. I'm your guide. It's agreed with the rest of the crew. Excuse me, just take my hand.
Hang on,
Excuse
hang
me.
on. Sorry, I apologize. Can I roll an insight check on Tomlin?
If you want.
See if he's trustworthy.
As he leads us to the slaughter.
I'll say yeah, with disadvantage, seeing as you are fully trusting him at the moment.
Oh, hello, Everdark.
Shapeshifty, is there?
We've never been tricked.
The thing is, none of you knew that Everdark was actually Lord Farquhar from Shrek. Yeah.
That's a natural one.
All right, well that's a disadvantage, so we'll take that one. Can I
I
mean,
would also, though, because I'm like, oh yeah, I trust him, but because I've spent enough time now chatting to him, trying to get him on side and employ him, I'd like to use my panache skill.
okay.
So if I roll a persuasion check, you roll an insight check, I win, charmed by me.
Okay.
I think it's pronounced panic.
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 Panaki. It's actually Panaki.
What
You're all wrong.
what's the wording of the magic you're using, or the skill you're using?
It worries me that you need to ask
On a
that.
success, a hostile creature.
No. How it comes about.
Panache, as an action, you make a persuasion check tested by the creature's insight.
All right.
check.
So is that right? So yeah. So there's no like prereq to it. So what am I rolling?
Insight.
Carry on. What's
Did you
your
say it was a hostile creature?
insight?
21.
27.
Ooh, okay.
So if that don't tell you
Ladies and
something.
gentlemen, their dice are wonderful.
We're
Cool.
fucked.
So he's not charmed by me. He doesn't know that it's not.
Yeah.
A magical skill.
It's a yeah.
Just- Yeah.
Look, on
We're
Sirenscape,
fucked.
Titanic just went past. And on your nat one, this. I mean, he could be family.
It looks like you.
Excuse me, and he grabs Althea's hand. Out the way, make way for the lioness, please. Make way for the lioness, and give me a insight check on the crowd, Althea.
Crowd. That's cocked. That's
Wee.
a 5.
5. Oh, these
Five.
are very polite
Well,
people.
we are smacking it today.
As people get out of the way, they're very polite and let you past. And Tomlin's just guiding. Excuse me. Makes a
Do they
way.
look like they're moving out of the way against their will? Or are they just like...
On a 5, you haven't got a clue.
Okay. I am
Could be,
smarter than my
or
dice
like-
allow me to
Yeah.
be. It's very nice.
And you get.
Can I-
You're,
Start paying attention.
are you gonna give me an intelligence roll?
I mean, as
Give
Faye,
me
so
an
do it as-
intelligence roll.
Do you want an intelligent roll or do you want a wisdom save? Because the reason
I want an
she's being
intelligent roll.
quiet.
Will you just roll
Alright.
the fucking dice? Jesus Christ.
I will not roll the fucking dice. I'm
Say
gonna
these
roll the real
players.
dice, though,
These
'cause
players.
I don't,
You know what I mean?
I don't trust this shit. I'm going to use my real dice because the digital ones are. I always roll badly. Right.
But go on.
Intelligence is usually pretty good, and it's not bad. Yes. So that is 17.
17. And what are you? So you say you're paying attention. What is the? What's caught your eye? What's caught your eye? What's brought Faze out of the not paying attention?
What's caught my eye is this little guy's sort of really it wiggled his way in here, and
He's
I'm
3 foot.
a bit. And let's be honest, Faze isn't the most welcoming to people. At the
I
best
think
of
she's
times.
lovely and opening sunshine and rainbows. If the rainbow's just
Lovely
red.
until very recently. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Until you got on the ships, you were fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you are fully paying attention. If you want to direct something at Tomlin, the crowd, Althea, Rav, wherever you want to direct it, what do you want to do?
So, Tomlin,
Have you come off the ship now? Are you all following?
I'm
You all following Tomlin?
I'm
Yeah?
following.
So you're out the crowd and you're heading towards the discs that you know go up and down like magical elevators.
I'm gonna go.
Yes, and he looks at you with a bit of kind of not leans away, but there's definitely an element of like there's an angle.
Why are you so eager to help? What's in it for you?
Well, you asked for a guide. I just assumed I was
Sure.
getting paid.
Okay.
Your Rav was throwing
You didn't
gold
negotiate
everywhere.
For that, though.
It's just an assumption. Why would you get a free guide?
No, we're happy to pay. But why have you got spare time? Were you bored today?
I'm a
Why
guide
did you jump on it so fast?
because I'm a guide and I know my way around.
You have any pamphlets?
Not really, no.
Insight check against
Yeah.
his I'm a guide. Thank you.
Man can't earn an honest living. You know what I mean?
Surely you can just not mistrust.
I'm a guide.
Tomlin.
You're not a guide.
He's like a brother to me.
The reason I wanted to do this is because I've got a +8 to insight, and if FaZe isn't paying attention, that's fucking useless, isn't it? 24.
I mean, there's nothing coming across deceitful, unless you
What did you roll, lady?
unless you don't need to know, unless
do.
FaZe is yeah, unless FaZe wants to see deceit, but there's nothing obvious that's deceitful.
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
querying why he'd be so enthusiastic to help strangers.
That's a guide.
All right.
Don't we?
Okay.
I'm a
watching
guide that
you,
only
Tomlin.
helps my mates. Okay.
You, Tomlin.
I'm
Um,
watching you. Thank you for your assistance.
At those words, Althea, Tomlin's still holding your hand, and he gives you a little squeeze out, and like it's one that reminds you of when Remy was a little bit like you'd walk into a pub and everyone would look at you, and Remy would be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck." Tomlin does a little bit of like, "Oh shit," and squeezes your hand.
I look down at Tomlin and then like side-eye phase and raise an eyebrow just slightly.
That's actually my response to Althea.
as you approach the magical disc lifts, yeah, which I could probably spend a bit more
Magical
time in
disc lifts.
Slow down 5 times fast.
while sober. The Atorian guards that are there, just standard gear. Like they've got a caress on that's not. It's just leather.
Standard gaze.
Standard gears, yeah. They're just standard gears.
Not irregular gaze.
Just regular gears. No effort gears. That's what they are.
What did you want to say, Rhea?
Go on, Ray.
Oh wait, no, we're not as close as I thought we were. It's fine. Continue.
Okay, so you get to the guards. Of the couple of Atorian guards that are in standard equipment phase.
Get.
Yeah. There's just the rainbow badge just across here. You know what I mean? There's a guard that is stood with them that is not Atorian. They are 100% from Ravenholm. Their armour is of leather, because it's quite warm over here. But it's got a very ornate motif of ravens across the breastplate. There's less of the muscles chiselled into it. It's more of a smoother piece. They have a long black cloak that goes down from the shoulders behind. Their face is covered from the helmet they're wearing. The helmet is very fixed to their skull. Not literally. Just, yeah. You can't recognise them. They are just a guard. But Fizz, you do recognise them as more elite in nature. Like, you wouldn't normally see standard militia or city guard. I mean, Ravenholm's a big place, but even the towns get even in the largest cities of Ravenholm, the guard don't walk around. This person looks a little bit too well equipped, and they're just guarding the lifts with the Atorians.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip my hood up. As being recognisable, and I'm going to say to Rab, "You're the only one they're not going to know, so you're the one who's going to have to talk our way in."
Fairs, do you try not to be seen?
Yeah.
Go on, give me a stealth check.
I turn into a lion, please.
Just there, just right in front of the guards.
Can I put a lead on the lion? And could you please turn into a white leopard instead, so I look like a rapper from the 90s?
Oh, I've got disadvantage. Hang on, I've got disadvantage.
Fairs, there's no disadvantage because you're not sneaking. You're just bringing your hood up and trying to look. So it's not, you're not clanging about. You're just trying not to be recognisable.
19.
19. That's.
Can you stop rolling things? It's really unnerving.
If Etheria sees this, she, knowing she stands out quite a lot, will try and
just put her hood up. Okay, bright pink dragon back. Put me hood up.
Bright pink.
stand more behind the taller ones like Fairs and Althea.
And Tomlin.
Yeah.
As you approach the guards, you notice the hustle bustle and the noise of the harbour before, but there is, and Rhea, I'll come to you in a sec, there is a almost orchestra-like harp ambience going on permanently. There is music in the air, and whenever you're not engaging in something that would create sound, like a conversation or kicking a tin cup across the cobbles, you hear the ambience of the city itself. Rhea, you recognise this ambience. You recognise it from your childhood, living in the forests, at peace with your fellow clan, tribe, circle. It is a not meditative ambience to your life, but it is definitely part of who you were as a child and the area you lived in. For all intents and purposes, you feel as if you are walking through the dark forests again. Within the city walls.
100% turn into a lion at the back.
What colour's the lion?
Whatever Althea thinks would be appropriate to her regalia.
Black.
No, it's just a standard golden sandy coloured lion. Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, Althea and the lion all the same stuff. You got the yellow top on, the ginger hair, even the armour and Althea's artwork. I mean, method. I love it. Do you leash the lion?
No, but I do walk next to it with my hand on its shoulders, my hand on her shoulders, as if we're sort of walking together.
Okay. Ralph, you doing anything? You pulling your hood up? Complete. What the fuck are these? Yeah. So, you approach the guards. There is already word of the lioness coming, and the guards are kind of the 6 of them, they're a bit. You can see that there is they kind of stand up a bit straighter as the lioness approaches, and they kind of, you spot it. It's quite childish, but you've kind of brought up in the ludices around the Tory and stuff, and that you're aware of when there's a bit of what's the word? That ye olde sibling sort of pushing each other out of the way because they want you to take the lift that they're guarding. So they're trying to push them. You got one on this end pushing that way, one on this end pushing that way, and then the 4 in the middle are like, for fuck's sake. And they're trying to direct you to there. The Ravenholm guard, who you can now see as you're closer, their cloak is clasped with wolf head clasps. And there is a bit of wolf motifery around the collar of their armour. They just rigid, staring at you lot, coming towards the thing. Tomlin notices Faze as she tries to kind of, bring up this, like, and he steps from your hand to Faze's, and he just puts his hand on your metal hand, Faze, so your forged hand, and for the first time ever, you feel the sensation of warmth like it does to your flesh, just from his palm, as if he's got warm hands. Don't worry about them. They're not looking for us. And he just kind of walks you over to the guards. Lioness, this way. This is the fastest escalator on the harbour. They're all the same speed. They're all the same speed. That mine is way fatter, and they have a little bit. They're definitely young guards. There's, probably your age.
How many lifts are there?
There's 3. There's 2 guards for each lift. They're about your age, but they don't have the maturity you have because you're an adventurer and a gladiator.
I rolled a d6 and I rolled a 1, so we'd like to go to the first lift on the left.
We're using the dice to dictate the game. Go on, Etheria.
First lift, the furthest one to the left.
Furthest one to the left. That's the closest to the Ravenholm guard.
What's the capacity?
Okay.
All of you. You could fit maybe 12 people on the disc. It's a big disc.
We'll go to that one.
You head onto the disc. The other 4 guards are properly shot down, like just kicking the dirt, like blaming each other for not doing better and getting you over. The 2 young guards that are letting you onto there are stood like as wide, like their shoulders about. They're kind of holding their. They look stupid. They're holding the spears, like this way, Lioness, this way. Yeah. But they're like 3 stone wet through, just in armour. Like the Ravenholm guard takes a couple of steps out the way to let you pass, as is etiquette to let a celebrity through. None of you
snarl at the Ravenholm guard.
None of you feel. This is for you, Faze. Amelia. None of you feel the gaze upon you. Yeah. So the Ravenholm guard just kind of stares in your direction, but doesn't make any inclination that they're staring at any one of you. And then Tomlin just pats your hand again, Faze, and says, "Told you." As you get onto the disc. This magical disc. Go on.
I was just going to say, as we're stepping on, I'm going to correct and I go, so you are helping. Why are you helping?
You asked for a guide. Wouldn't be a very good guide if I didn't get you to where you needed to be, would I?
Thank you for your assistance.
Hold on. There's nothing to hold on to. The disc.
I hold on
just.
Althea.
It just. Yeah. There is a. It's just a magical. It's just a stone shaft. On the internet. All the way down to the ground where this magical disc just floats up and down. It's see-through where you're standing, but there's that sort of, when oil meets water, like you got a petrol station, it's like, oh, cool, marble, yeah. Looks like that. Right. It's a perfect description, Rich. You can, I might do a book of DM descriptions from Yorkshire.
Oh yeah, nice.
Water.
I'm telling you, when you check a turd and it looks weird. You
It had a nice sort of petrol vibe.
It's got a petrol vibe. You can have that one for free, Rich. I expect that in episode 20.
I'm going to use it at D&D the Castle, mate. That's
Yeah.
Etheria?
The disc is now moving as you talk. So there's just you lot on it and Tomlin. The guards stay up at the top.
Okay.
So, if I beat the Lion of the Sands, will I be this famous?
No. I've had to beat many people.
But if you're the tippy top, if I beat you, does that make me the tippy top?
No. You have to beat all the people that I beat as well.
Yeah. At once?
No.
Yes. No, yes, Althea,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
That's actually the only way.
You do not just get the chance at the championship belt, my friend. You have to work your way up.
We've already arranged our fight. We just haven't set a date.
Oh, and the belt was on offer?
No.
No.
Michael?
There isn't a belt. Is there a belt?
Figuratively speaking.
Okay.
Do you have a belt? If you have a belt, I'll fight you for the belt.
I don't want to fight for our clothes or belongings. I
Well,
thought we
yeah.
just agreed that when
I'll
this
fight
was...
you for your left sock.
Well, if I win, your
You
skirt
can
will
have
fall.
my left.
Looks down at her sandals.
If you were,
Yeah.
Socks.
you could ask the Empress to fight on the sands.
We could
Shut
do a
up, Tomlin.
demonstration. That could be as it. That could be our in.
Does the Empress enjoy a fight, Tomlin?
Well, the largest arena of Vitoria is in her city. It is of
Is?
yeah, it's of two worlds. The Colosseum sits in the darkness of the Fae and the light of the mortal realm. It's quite a unique experience.
A way of at least getting her to talk to us.
So we could do a demonstration for your belt and.
I mean, she is. You would need a large sales pitch. I know this is a lioness, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't know who you are. Etheria, like the Empress will want reputation versus reputation rather than. I mean, the lioness is clearly an Atorian mythical hero at the age
Basically,
of 19.
Etheria, you're not famous enough, soz.
I'm sure Ravioli can make up a name for me.
No, that's not the point. Just let Althea fight the Empress.
I think maybe
Hang on.
like the Winter Rose or something. Maybe that'd suit.
Oh, yeah, that's my name.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm the Winter Rose. Apparently.
Should have opened with that. That'd have been a good sales pitch. Winter Rose versus the Lioness of Vitoria. That's a good sales pitch.
Please know I'm the Winter Rose. I didn't know it meant anything past.
I just thought it was a cool couple of words put together.
Oh, so you
Icy
don't know
pink
that.
death.
Icy pink. That is up there with petrol oil. Why have it poetic when you can have icy
Blunt, it's
pink
meaningless.
death? Yeah.
I was planning on dueling or offering to duel Raffian. So
Yes, that probably makes more sense.
if you know to put on a show and maybe create a distraction, and also in the process kill him and Glutonius. So
Yeah, it won't help you kill him if you lose to me.
and it would be more the that would be a way of getting close to them. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't know where they are, but if I say to the Empress, I know that he's here. I've got unfinished business. I want to challenge him.
Yeah,
That would get them out of their, you know, their wherever they are if they're avoiding us, kind of thing, because they're going to know who we are.
You mean Raffian, like Atoria Raffian, the Slayer of
Yes.
Sin?
That's the one.
Now that's a good name.
I mean,
better than the icy pink death.
yeah.
Yes, we're aware.
Fucking
that
the Pink
Raffian-
Panther.
We're aware that Raffian's here, and it's not a coincidence that we're here at the same time as him. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't advise causing trouble in the Empress's palace.
We're not going to cause trouble in the palace. This is why I'm saying I want to challenge him to combat, to one-on-one, with the
That's-
permission of the Empress.
Well, that is
Hopefully she'll enjoy the fight.
Yes.
definitely reputation against reputation.
And it would get them out of the hiding, you know, out in the open. So maybe whilst I'm toe-to-toe with Raffian, you guys could see about Glutonius.
I just have to ask. I don't wish to partake in any assassination attempt. Just getting
Not
you
an
to the palace.
assassination. No, assassinations tend to happen like in the cover of darkness. This will be in front of a crowd.
That's
So therefore
still the
it's just-
same.
So it's
You're just turning the lights on. That's
It's
all it is.
murder, but it's not murder because he's going to have a sword as well. So it's just a combat. But I'm going to win, and as I win, you guys are going to then. While I've got her bodyguard distracted, you're
We
going to.
can't kill Glutonius in the Empress's palace. This is a dreadful idea.
You
Not the
could
fight.
kidnap her. You could take her. You could.
You've changed your tune.
Could
Who are
we?
you
Could
talking
we?
to there?
Could we? Could you?
Do you?
Can I? Can I?
Slap you?
Could I not be here when you talk about this, please? Tomlin's kind of
Just
a little
cover your
bit,
ears.
little bit
No,
of sweat
okay.
just coming down his forehead.
I'm gonna cover his little ears because I've actually become weirdly fond of Tomlin at this point.
Good.
There will be no
Construction.
assassinations. Oh,
He can't hear you.
There will be an assassination. Okay.
he absolutely can.
He can't hear you. Everything's fine, Tomlin.
I'm going to distract Raffian in front of a crowd. You guys, if she's not there, you go and get her. You go and take her somewhere. You go and do whatever. You even maybe just see her, confirm that she's there. I don't know.
I think perhaps you may have to just convince the Empress that this Glutonius is evil.
Dangerous.
Do they do
Maybe then
team
the
matches
Empress-
on the sands?
Maybe the Empress would be on our side then, and she would
That's
she would
the aim,
permit
yes.
me to fight Raffian, and then she would help us off
We are also
Glutonius.
hoping, of course, that the Empress has not partaken any food Glutonius has given them.
Oh yeah, that's the point. No one eat anything while you're here.
I have no intention of.
Good.
Do
Thank
they
you for the warning. It is good that you are warning people. It's almost as if you didn't do that before, and
Make sure
you're
you are-
learning from mistakes.
Make sure you are strong of constitution as well when it comes to any food that looks weird around you.
Also, don't eat dead rats.
Don't do that
They're
either.
beating
That's a
themselves
general
up.
I'll
thing.
beat them off?
That is the stories of Clay Eye. Everyone in Clay Eye just beat themselves up.
To death.
Etheria, what are you saying?
You
Uh,
know
do
of
they
Clay
do
Eye?
Tag team matches or team matches on the sands?
There's lots of different scenarios. Sorry, Alfie.
Yeah, there's lots of scenarios. There's 1-on-1. There's sort of 2-on-2, and then there's where you fight beasts and where you use certain weapons, and there's all sorts.
Chatoise.
Menage a fours. There's all sorts.
Hey, gang bang.
Bukake. What? Sorry.
You asked about Clay Eye, Tommy.
You mentioned Clay Eye as terrible tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Are the
But you
rumours
also-
true outside the city that there's unliving marching across the mainland?
Yes.
I think they're
Everywhere.
known as unloving.
Lots and lots of unloving.
Instigated
worst
by
kind.
this Glutonius person that we're going to see. Yes? Ravios is gonna, when he confirms things, that he's literally learned on the week you've spent travelling to this city. He's just gonna look back. Everyone's gonna look back. Yes?
You've shared all 56 sessions with me, yes?
Etheria shared nothing. She was literally sat outside Shauna's place, waiting for her swords.
That you received with your new handles. Okay, the lift's finished. You get to the bottom. It opens up into a large cavern that has been essentially inhabited by, let's capture the tourist merchants. So there is lots of Etorian bazaars that are kind of all around the edge of this cavern. There, as soon as they see you coming off the lift, they're all like over their own stalls, like, "Oh, hello, welcome to Nakara, Torfis, call it what you want. He's got sugar dates, she's got pistachios, you know what I mean? That one's got parrots." And there's just it's like confetti being exploded in your face of noise and all these different things that they're trying to sell you. And Tomlin holds Althea's hand. "Excuse me, out the way, excuse me. They shift out the way. He leads you out of the cavern into Torfis, Nakara, the dark fair city, the capital of Etoria. It is a picturesque of purples and blues and greys and nightshade. It is the stonework, as said on the way in, is dark, light. It mixes within itself. There is a certain sort of yin-yang style to it, as it's not just next to each other. It is within itself. It is merged. It is as if two worlds have collided and created this great city. Raya, you have never felt more at home. It is as if you've just brought your friends round to your house, opened the door and gone, "Oh, this is my room, this is the kitchen, this is the living room." You are so, not subdued, but it is, you're almost touching, like picking a leaf up and going, smelling it, and it's reminding you of your youth. It is very much a piece of the dark fair realm, this city. And you feel it under every pad of your paws. The streets wind, none of them are straight. They all twist and turn like they would through a forest, but you don't see so much of a forest before you. It is buildings, large, small. The architecture is very similar of the mainland Etoria with the pillars and such, but it is that mixed marble effect you get of this light and dark stone and woodwork. Well, and the people here are very much Etorian. The fashion, the tunics, but it matches the aesthetic of the city. They're not in the bright yellows and reds that you would have seen mainland in the olive farms and such, and Buxy Bay, Shagaloof. They're in greys, dark blues, like mucky whites, like a cream colour beige. They kind of mix in with the rest of the city. You see a lot of Atorian, like the human side of Atorians. There is a fair amount of elves here. Their ears are not as long as the Vey elves. So Etheria, you're used to elves in Vey having like a foot long. Their ears are 12 inches long. They're usually decorated. They twist them in different ways. But an elf to you has foot long ears. Whereas here they've got more of a half elf vibe. They're shorter, maybe 4 to 6 inches long rather than the long elaborate ones. Raya, you're spotting Fae everywhere. Your senses have been around your kith. Are just like there's Fae every other person you look at. Some just have an aura of the darker realm. Some of the beasts that you see flying around in the air. Some of the birds and such. A few of them, Fae. Yeah, it is. You're in a dark Fae city. Tomlin is walking through the streets. You still have that aura of music that kind of follows you, the twinkly and triangles being played, that pixie music. And it's when you say you turn away from a conversation, you then hear the music. And then when you turn back to the conversation, you hear the conversation and not the music. It's that sort. It kind of fills the gaps of sound and silence. Oh, you know what I mean. Well, if we carry on down here, hang a right. There's the Agora on that side, and we move over. So maybe about less than an hour we can get there. You want to go straight to the palace gates? That's as best I can do for you. I won't be able to get you inside.
I think to the gates would be good. Yeah.
As time
is of the essence, Tom. So.
Off he goes.
He's really going as fast as he can.
Yeah, I'm 3 foot. I'm 3 foot. You know what I mean? I am sprinting right now. Go on.
I was just going to say.
You have 45 minutes of talk, if you wish. Or plan.
I don't think we want to do that. God, can you imagine?
Yeah.
It'll get real weird after the first 5. I just say, thank you again for your assistance. It was kind of you.
Just earning a gold. Looks at Rav.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry. And you too.
Oh. Might guide you back
That's
if you.
That's just a tip.
Hey. Okay.
He's just walking next to Althea every now and then, asking daft questions like, "So, how many people's belts have you taken?"
It's not. You don't take that. You get paid when you win. You don't get anything else. You get fans, and you get glory, and you get reputation, and you get money. That's kind of. We don't do anything with belts. I don't know where that's come from.
Do you dance with the fans? Where I come from, dancing with the fans is quite. It's quite a thing.
Fans as in admirers, people that sort of follow your progress and come to see you and.
Fanatics.
Yes.
Yeah.
As time passes. It is.
That's how weird it was going to get.
The awe-inspiring presence of the city, a living, breathing entity, as far as many of you are concerned. I would say for you, Ray, the thing that kind of, as you breach the hour mark, is it how long? Is it an hour you can wild shape?
5.
5 hours. Oh, cool.
I know. I double checked.
You
Circle of the Moon Druid, bitches.
Yeah. As you get towards where the palace area is, you feel the ever-presence of the moon, which you will translate to, you don't have to shift back if you don't want to. In this city. You don't feel that, you are aware as a shifter how much time you have left before your body's going to, go back to its original form. You're aware of how your skills allow you to shift for 1 hour, 5 hours, a day, whatever it may be. Within this city, your feeling is an eternal time of staying in any form you so wish. This is truly home. Approaching the palace grounds. If there was ever a moment that people thought Everdark might be a little bit arrogant, to view this palace of ebony, obsidian, it is an incredible piece of craft. It seems to have been summoned rather than chiseled from marble. It is as if it is pulled from another realm and sits in the material realm of Vittoria. The palace gates are immaculately twisted metal into shapes of many woodland creatures, all small creatures like your squirrels and your badgers and your smaller birds, and they're all in this pattern of iron wrought gates. And the artistic nature of this brings a tear to your eye. The walls that spread to your left and right that would guard such a place are almost ethereal in nature. They have a ghostly vibe to them, a somewhere between leaving one's life behind to go on to the afterlife, but not quite making it. That middle ground, that purgatory-esque presence of ghostly walls that guard the palace grounds. Rhea, you can see straight through this like glass. To the rest of you, it has got a smoky white to it. Beyond the walls, Rhea, you see, I'd say miles and miles of gardens, but it's a large expanse of beautiful gardens. Every flower has a coloration of pure silver or the deepest blood reds. There are purples mixed in and about. When you first saw it, it was just a beautiful demonstration of what a garden could be with the right care. There are a lot of roses here, of all manner of colour that merge, and the colorations that you're used to seeing in the brighter mainland of Vittoria, they bleed into one another, like the petals themselves bleed into one another. The thorns they've got that dark, that sort of like black core, but they've got like a red like hue, as if when you pull a knife from something and it's still got the blood upon it. And this garden just stretches for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away from you, and you can see gardeners in and amongst it, all radiating a fey aura. There is a single guard stood at these gates. These gates are maybe 20 feet high, ridiculous, unnecessary. 20 feet high, maybe 30 feet wide. You could get, carriages and carriages, wagons and horses all through this gate, either side of each other. And there was a single guard there. They are wearing a long robe that it seems to be made of shadowy parts of the dark realm, the dark fae realm, and the material. It sometimes comes into where it looks solid. Other times it kind of fizzles out and reappears. It's as if they're whipping it around all about them. They're maybe the same height as Althea. They don't look like overbearing or overwhelming. They just have they're definitely fair. They just have an aura about them, and beyond their hood you cannot see their face. But there is a average build fair creature stood before the gates. Well, this is as far as I go. If you do need me, I'll never be far. I'm always looking for people to guide around the city. Thank you for the 2 gold coins up. Thank you very much for the payment. I hope, if you ever need a guard again, just ask for Tomlin. Does a little bow. I'll be around. Who do you ask? Just anyone except them. Just gestures towards the palace area.
They don't like you?
No, it's not that. I just don't feel comfortable. I mean, and he gestures at his white tunic sort of attire. We clash a little bit. I kind of like this side of the I'll be over, and he gestures back the way you came. If you come to the Algora of Legends, I'll be in. It's that very, very large market. I mean, if you've got gold, points at Rav, there's nothing you can't get there. I mean, nothing. But yeah, I'll be around there looking for more custom and such. But yeah, good luck. Bye.
I give him 1 more gold and say sorry for being mean.
Thank you. Bites it, puts it in.
It's real.
Bye, Tomlin.
Bye. Good luck with Rathian.
I'll just wink at him.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And he will potter off back towards the Algora of Legends.
I turn around to Rab and go, I like him.
Yes, he's like a brother to me, like a son.
He was scared of you, Faith.
Like the brother son I never had.
I am a fucking delight. I don't know why he'd be scared of me.
You did tell him that you were watching him. I felt him tense up a little bit.
I was watching. It's dodgy. There's something weird going
There
on.
is something off about him, but there's something off about all of us as well, so.
Just everyone you meet.
At least he did. Did he take any? Has everyone got all their hair? Can we just check?
You just see Tomlin like that with a just lock of hair.
Handful.
Yeah.
Somehow he's managed to
Raya
take
is like-
one half of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Trying to look at her far.
Althea's now
okay, it's
bald.
okay.
Why are we worried about... because of the assassin.
Yeah, we told you on day 4.
The
Day 4
assassin?
on the belt. Yeah, we told you.
Can't remember. Did you kill him?
No, not yet.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
We left him in a.
That
Place,
wasn't him. They were his mates. That wasn't him.
What?
You captured the
The one that you tortured
Sidekicks.
mercilessly.
The two we tortured them, but they weren't the actual guy.
No, the guy's still out there. I still need to sort.
I didn't talk to them. I thought that was a bit much.
I
Yeah.
burnt my Ludus sign on their foreheads and then cut out their tongues.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. Althea.
I was having a day, honestly.
It was a bit much.
fucking murder hobos. Fucking.
I'll just purr a little bit and nuzzle into Althea.
Yes, I
Looks
know.
like
It was
Ray-
very
Ray
justified.
is like, good times.
Happy little dark fae.
I think that weirdo has a piece of my hair now.
Yes, I remember
Yeah,
you
yeah.
saying that you traded some of your. Is it hair? We'll go with yes.
Decolletage.
Traded some of your head wear for some drawing supplies, art supplies.
Yeah, that was really dumb, but yeah.
They were good drawing supplies.
I love you, Ethereal.
Worth your life, apparently. That was.
Well, look, I don't mind if he finds me because I need to find him. So
That's true.
shortcut, really.
To the Empress.
To the Empress.
Oh, I just have a feeling this is going to go terribly, and I'll follow them.
Confidence phase. Confidence is going to get us
It's not
through
that.
this. Okay.
We've got to come across as very reasonable and measured.
Make way! Make way!
And, yep.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, like
Yes.
So,
Make
if the
way.
Everdark, I'm going to stab him in the eye with a fork.
As you approach the gate with your make way, the shifting of the shadows around this guard stop and just drop and hang as if the robes about them are now fully material. Still, their faces hidden from you beneath the robes. Not that bad.
Alright.
There's no noise, no words, no nothing as Rav approaches.
We seek audience with the Empress. We are the entourage of the Lioness of the Sand. Audience with the Empress to discuss the goings on outside the city and how it will impact her, and the fact that you perhaps have the instigators literally here right now. And also, the Lioness wants to put on a show.
Give
Wants
me
to
a-
make challenge.
Give me
Fight in the Empress's arena.
give me a persuasion check, and all of you give me an insight check.
My cross guidance on
And I use panache.
22.
18.
what am I rolling?
Insight.
What?
Insight, 18.
Roll 22. What am I rolling?
No.
So-
17.
18.
Yeah, 18, 17, 22.
What did you get, Raya?
22.
22.
22.
I
And what-
rolled a 21 persuasion. Reliable talent, bitches.
I have a reliable talent.
They turn sideways, put their hand on the gates, and the gates go and open up.
I thought it'd be harder than that.
Let's go.
What was the insight check for?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll worry about the dice. You just fucking.
I'm just gonna stalk it.
I never worry when people tell me not to worry.
Feeling very comfortable today. I feel like I'm being threatened. Does anyone
Take
else
off
feel
my
like they're being
hat.
threatened?
Take off my hat with its giant feather and just gonna like gesture everywhere.
I'll follow Rav with my lion at my side.
Faze and
Faze is gonna
Etheria.
follow behind, watching Rav, thinking.
Faze is gonna follow behind.
Etheria is gonna follow them, watching Rav, and just. I really miss Velk.
How do you know Belk isn't still here?
Elk just guided us here. Okay.
Me and Eddie have had a chat off
Yeah.
stream.
Eddie's messaging Rich right now. Just fucking go left.
This is-
Go left.
This is what Rabius would do.
Yeah. So you all pass through the gates, yeah?
Yes.
Hand on hilt.
As you look behind you, you see
Take
nothing.
your hand off your hilt in public. Sorry.
You see nothing but mist. You do not see the city anymore. You see nothing but mist. You still see the gates, and you still see the ethereal, ghostly walls that are protecting the palace. But you now see beyond the gates is nothing but a misty shithole.
Oh, that's creepy. Okay.
You now see the gardens that Rhea saw. The blood red roses, the bleeding petals, all that good stuff. The fae that are tending the garden are bleeding onto the flora. They are deliberately pricking themselves on the thorns of the roses, and the blood. Yeah, they're not just. They and the blood that comes from their fingertips, they're sprinkling over the flora all about them.
I read a book when I was younger where they painted the roses red, but this is kind of weird.
Yeah, I immediately thought, as AD recently seen like Alice in Wonderland and hated it so much.
I thought this was Etheria saying that, actually. I was like,
Yeah, I did think when Tony went. I read a book when I was like, oh, Etherea's gonna drop a bomb here.
I read a book.
Before you is a ever so slightly winding path through the garden towards the palace. Now on this side of the gates, there is a. You almost, except you, Rhea, you almost feel fear, like to the point of supernaturally, and it's held at bay by the presence of someone within your proximity. Rhea, you don't feel a thing. Althea, have we lost Althea?
They needed to go buy a brick.
Okay.
Rhea's running to the corner of the garden. Gone behind a tree.
As you approach the palace, that fearful, what's the word? Kind of crushing feeling of fear is held at bay by the large lion that pads at the side of Althea. Having a look at the gardens and the flowers, the second you step more than a few feet away from the lion, that fear attacks and you immediately push back. It is akin to the stories around campfires. Stay by the fire and the baddies in the dark won't get you. Rhea is your fire at this moment in time.
And we're aware of this.
You are fully aware, for whatever reason, but when you're near Rhea, you don't feel the fear. Whenever you even remotely step from her, you can feel that the boogeyman beyond.
Yeah, I'm gonna go put my hand on her head. Just stay there.
Just grab him in.
Everyone's holding bits of Freya.
Have my teachings covered anything like this?
Give me a history check.
Pretty lady's back. Hi, pretty lady.
Yay.
I'm back. That one.
Okay.
I thought you meant you. I thought
Probably,
you
but you
Now
didn't turn up to that lesson. Every other one, every other elf in Chuffing Vein knows about it.
Yeah. I liked the sword. I didn't pay attention to my classes.
Yeah. It's better, mightier than the pen, apparently. Don't listen to them crap. There is no guard here. There is no, like, Fairs, especially for yourself, being around, Ravenholm is super nobility. Like, everyone's got more guard than the noble house next to them and all that. There's no showing off here, apart from the palace. The palace is definitely bragging rights. It is shards of obsidian and ebony reaching out from another realm. The stairs that are now before you as you leave the garden, what you have noticed is nothing's high level. Like, there's no hedges, there's no large fences. You can see everything from entering the gates all across the garden to this ridiculous palace reaching to the sky. As you come to the courtyard area in front of the palace, every step on the stonework before you is like wearing a set of tap shoes. You hear that like every sound, and it's amplified like you're in an echo chamber. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs, still no guard. Walking up the stairs, and again they have that mixed marble of light and dark that kind of meshes into one another. You see it lighter on one side, darker on the other, but where it reaches the middle of the step, it has got that murky waters sort of, that's that petrol station, sort of murky waters vibe to it. When you look at the stairs, it's almost an impossible task. There's no way we can walk up all these stairs. It's ridiculous. Look how high, like, look where the doorway is. The doorway looks tiny at the top of the staircase. But you're here now. So you start walking up there. More steps you take. Who knew? It gets closer. But it doesn't feel like the task that it was when you were stood at the bottom of the staircase. Within a minute, you're at the top of the staircase. You look back, and again, it looks miles away. Like, there's no way we've just walked up this staircase in less than a minute. But visually, there's hundreds of steps you must have ascended. The doorway before you is a perfect archway door. So it goes up and then meets in the middle, like a church door. It's a single door. There is 2 wolves sitting outside it. Both silver-furred, both gold and yellow eyes, and they are sat in a guarded manner. They're real, they're not statues or anything, and they're looking at you lot as you turn up, and they're just sat proud. Big mother kippers. But they don't growl, they don't show threat or anything, they're just sat either side of the door. You approach the door.
Yes. Walking towards the door.
Rhea. All of you, give me a perception check as you approach the door.
I'm basically on top of Rhea at this point. I'm like,
Just riding the lion.
I've always wanted to ride a lion.
Remy's done it as well. Hooey!
Dirty 20.
21.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
Dice, Fizz. Dice.
I'm really tired.
Perception.
13.
Cool.
I
The
got
two-
a natural 20 for 24.
Boom. As you approach the door, and you kind of have to funnel yourselves to a bit of a single file, you could probably get through side by side, but it'd be a squish. When Rhea passes them, the 2 wolves lower their heads in a bit of a bow. The door opens. You hear the unlocking of many, many locks, as if there is a maze of mechanical locks within this door, and you can hear it just all unfolding and unraveling as the door becomes nothing. It just kind of fades away mechanically into the building itself, and you have the portal before you, the empty portal before you, as in doorway, not ooh, magic portal. Beyond you, it is lit with starlight, and you can see a grand hall, large stairs kind of veering off left and right to meet each other at the top. There's doorways off to the left. Fairs, this reminds you of the the high houses and palaces of Ravenholm, and it's, you know, Gothic 101. Like, it is incredibly obvious that the aesthetic has a little bit of inspiration from Ravenholm and the Dark
As
Fae
I
realm.
notice that, can I lean towards my group? Somewhat and
Yeah.
go, I have a bit of concern that her vibe seems to align a little bit with Everdark's vibe. I don't know if that's the case, but the whole just you know, just throwing that out there.
Or,
I'll just like huff in agreement.
or perhaps Everdark has tried to align his vibe with something much older and much more wild. Kind of points at everything and
I
Rhea.
point at the wolves.
As Rav points at everything, yep. Beyond the doorway, you look back, you see the two wolves. They're sitting there. They're now looking back towards the staircase, not at you guys, after their bow to Rhea. As Rav's pointing everything out, your perception checks all come together now, and you see that the motif here, the symbology here, is tigers. They all have large hunting cat vibes that when you concentrate on them realise they're tigers, but at first glance it might be a puma or a leopard or, you know, stuff like this. But the
Picked the right introduction here, boys.
Meat's back on the menu.
I hope not. Last time meat was on the menu, it didn't go well.
I mean, that's true, but he's dead to us now. We've got Rav now.
Where's Hannah? I've killed her.
Rav's into sushi.
Leave me alone. I'm still ill.
You see the tiger.
Wait, sushi. Sorry.
you see the tiger motifs, all hidden within the palace architecture. You can see now that you're pretty sure if you placed your hand on the stonework, it would pulse with life. This thing is a living palace. Althea, you feel the presence of a Taurian divinity. You've already experienced this. You're an Asama. You know, you are in the presence of a Taurian divinity. Faze, you have a like goose pimple type feeling going along. Again, being an Asama. The tiger is one of the 12 and is considered to be not followed as much as the others because of the expectation put on those that follow the tiger. If you follow the tiger, you are a leader, a hero, a protector, a solo. You don't hunt in packs. You don't wander around with others. You're expected to carry the world on your shoulders because you can. So the tiger itself is not something that is followed that much in Atoria. The lion, however, always has a pack with them, and it's the big, strong one. But it's the lionesses that do all the hunting, all the killing. They're the ones you want to think of. Lions, they're just there for the hairdo. Right? They just got good hair. Right? The lionesses, that is a what's the word? It's a calling. Yeah.
Check, are you a lioness or a lion, Hannah?
Hannah's a lion. No?
Because I'm a step down from the line.
Lioness. Oh, you see, it all makes sense in the end.
I didn't just, think of that on the fly.
In this grand hallway in front of you, there is a large stone table made of some sort of black marble. You're unsure if it's any specific type of stone, but it's got that vibe to it. There are 13 seats around it.
Do I recognise this table at all? From a dream I once had.
Give me a history check. I just realised what table you mean, but yeah, give me a history check.
No.
Cool. I will tell you, it doesn't remind you of Everdark's table. You just don't.
Oh.
You just don't have any memory of this table. There's 12 seats around this table that are the same design, large, high-backed, nicely cushioned, and then there's one a bit more ornate. The 13th chair is a bit more ornate. Althea, you know that Etoria is run by the Empress and her Senate. So you can make an educated guess. Go on.
Yeah. So I was going to say there are also the 12 deities of the animal representations. Do the chairs have any kind of motif on one each, or okay? Cool.
They don't, but there is a connection. The Senate
Yeah.
of 12, the 12 Divine.
Would have
Let's wait for
been
him
cool.
to
Would have been
go.
cool.
They
Would
do
have been
now.
cool. But yeah, would have been cool.
My way's cooler. Fucking.
You better DM. Like, come on.
And Althea was peacock. Is that right? She had some.
Althea,
peacock.
yeah.
Yeah.
She had some peacock in her.
Yes! Yes! I'm peacock, and I'm also butterfly, and I'm also like.
Peacock's really disappointing.
You're a child of the divine, Althea.
But there's
Destined for the greatness of the suns. At least you're not the tadpole, you know what I mean?
Lioness following the peacock and the butterfly.
Yes.
Yes.
On the 13th chair, there's definitely tiger symbology. Like,
Okay.
but the other 12 are not. They're just ornate seats. Past that, under the stairway, you can see a long corridor with all these arches that fall away from Atorian and Ravenholm architecture and feel more Rhea's realm in that the trees have grown and the canopy has come across to form a long archway beyond the hallway that you are of the palace. There is a member of staff stood that side, like at the start of the corridor, and they definitely look like they were brought from the realm of the dead. They've got a zombie-esque vibe to them, but they're well dressed. They're in a tour. Yeah, they've got a beard and some scale, and they've got a little gnome with them with a tash. There's this almost unliving servant, let's call them, stood at the thing, and they've got a butler-esque vibe to them in their very nice Taurian tunic. And they just kind of grumble, and their scabby hand gestures towards the hallway beyond. There's nobody else here.
Plutonius is.
Who do they smell?
Do you sniff them?
Just like from a distance. Like, I'm not walking up to these things and going.
Well, they're the only creature here. There's this grand hall to this palace. There's 12. There's nobody here. There's no staff. There's no people. It's just that harp-like music that's followed you around. There's no smell from where you're standing. I mean, if you get a bit closer, let me know if you sniff them. Hey up, Bizzle.
As we're going past, I'll give them a sniff. I'm very suspicious about why there's no one here. Anyone else having concerns about the lack of people?
I'm
They're
concerned about the lack of people and just the one unliving chilling.
The smell, yeah. They're the new empress. A two-hit zombie.
Concerned about this whole thing.
Their smell reminds you of Rhea. It's not a horrible smell or anything. It's just
You
got
don't
a...
know what I smell like.
No, but
Fabulous does.
Faze does. Yeah. That's why he's into sushi.
She's not a fish
I
person.
am a seafaring, I'm a seafaring bird, so.
Well, that explains a lot. Oh, I'm Larry.
So the zombie gestures down the corridor.
To the Empress, yes?
And kind of nods.
I'm gonna go.
Seems like a trustworthy zombie.
You insight check the halfling guy, but not the zombie butler. Yeah. He's clearly an upstanding citizen.
Clearly an upstanding zombie because it's upright.
You all go down the corridor?
Yeah.
You know.
Can I all have a will save? Or wisdom save, sorry.
What
I say,
It's too many.
What game
It's
are we
too
playing?
many. It's too many.
What are we
It's
playing?
too
Will
many.
save?
Gi-
Which
give me-
edition are we playing?
Give me a will reflex save.
Jesus Christ.
Give me a wisdom save, you nerds.
God, will and reflex.
I know.
Right, my will
Okay,
save is
natural
21.
20, 28.
Oh,
Jesus.
God damn you.
6, 5. Fizz?
21.
Oh, is it? What is this to be charmed?
No,
Okay.
you wish.
Yeah, because then I'd have advantage.
Yeah.
7.
So what did you get, Fizz?
21.
All right. So Fizz and Rhea, as you enter this
What, the two
corridor.
wisdom-based
This
characters?
oh no, they enter this corridor of
Also, I'm just saying, I think I should have advantage while I'm here, because, this is the closest to home I'll ever be.
You can be in permanent wild shape, and you want advantage on a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Sorry.
+8,
Obviously, I undersold it. You know what I mean? So, Althea, Etheria, and Rav. For the moment, you are all frightened. Yep. Even though Rhea is near you, it's overwhelming. It is like being hunted. In your minds, you have none of your weapons, none of your armour. Your magics are spent. You've been running for days. You've had no food, no water. You are on your last.
We're prey.
You're prey. You feel like
And
prey.
there's just this massive cave lion.
Yeah. You
I think I don't have my weapon.
You don't. It's not.
I go into full-blown panic attack.
Start doing calligraphy. So you three feel exactly like Althea said. You feel like prey, and at the edge of this forest archway, or beyond it, there's eyes watching you, all feline. You are sweating. You are cold. Faye's and Ray are like, but you three feel it. You still walk forwards, but you are frightened at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Can I see them being really weird?
They are clearly, no matter how hard they try, clearly scared. Like you can feel it radiating from them.
I'm almost crowding Faze. Like,
I've got my nails digging into Rhea's heckles. Like,
I'm clinging onto Rhea from the other side.
I'm gonna put my arm around Etheria and go, it's okay. It's gonna be
Rhea
alright."
is someone that hates being touched. She's just there like...
I've scruffed her with the skin on the back of her neck,
Oh,
like
God.
holding on to her that tight.
Picked a kitten up. As you get to the
I'm
end,
gonna...
go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say to Rhea, this is unpleasant.
There is a lot of people on my face right now. As you get to the end of the wooded corridor, Rhea, you feel like you're walking up your garden path. It is as comfortable as possible. As you get to the end, there is a cold, wet, like cling film feeling, like walking through wet spider web. As you step beyond the end of this tree grown corridor, and you step into this. It's beautiful. There is no ceiling, and all you see beyond is stars, is nebulas. There's no walls. They reach out. Stars everywhere. It's like being on the moon. You see the pinks and the purples, the swirling galaxies. There is a kind of like petrified look, as if a wave has just hit cliffs and been petrified all around you. Stepping on it, it feels fragile, like you're about to break glass. The whole floor appears like this. There is a small round table in front of you, with 3 people sat at it. Beyond the round table is the throne of the Empress of Vittoria, and she is sat upon it. Thank you for the sub. Amanda B. Her hair is long and white, like a cloud. It is the cleanest white since you've entered the city. Most of the others has been kind of tarnished and dirty. She has a sorrowful look. Her eyes are as if she's been weeping for an eternity. Her dress is made of stars itself. There is as if 2 patterns of space past each other. It's almost like an abstract look to it. She's very slender. There is a beauty about her in the same way that one would glamour themselves, or would use smaller cantrips to manipulate those viewing her. You're all experienced enough now to recognise such magics. You 3 are still frightened, but not of any of the people in front of you. Sat at the table, all with ornate Etorian goblets of beautifully crafted marble is a dwarf that you recognise as Gluttonius, sat there chowing down on a large platter of just various meats and sauces and sweetbreads. Sat next to them, posture like a mountain, is Rathian, the slayer of sin, the greatest gladiator that Atoria has ever birthed. Just eating nothing, just sat. Opposite them, even though it's a round table, but on the other side of it, is a nobleman of Ravenholm. Beautiful grey hair, sitting on his shoulders. This high neck, double-breasted tunic jacket that sits down. The silver buttons all down one side. Golden lupine eyes. Any of you that have seen Lord Everdark do indeed recognise Lord Everdark.
I might be terrified, like shaking, but I'm just gonna whisper into Rhea's ear. I might be terrified. I really like his coats.
I'm
So-
gonna reach down and put my arm on FaZe's forearm, like just hold it a little bit.
Sat beside him,
Face
Sat
is
bes-
shaking for
yeah.
different reasons.
sat beside him is a very, very large wolf. So large that as it's sat, its head is almost to his shoulder as he sits at the table. And he
Wait, like
has
it's a dire wolf.
a no comment. It's a colossal wolf, and we all know how they go.
It's part to ask.
Yeah, in front. If you have to ask wyverns, I have to ask wolves. It's only fair. In front of him,
Gave us the giraffe wyverns.
I'll
In
be
front-
Tarask as soon as I get that blood.
yeah. Yush. He is
Or dead.
sat there eating with beautiful silver cutlery, eating a lovely steak and a few veggies, and they're enjoying what appears to be a nice meal. The Empress has two massive Colossan tigers either side of the throne. One is made of, or seems to be made of, or their fur at least replicates the lighter marble from the city, and the other one reflects the darker marble of the city. But they are definitely a natural creature, or at least aesthetically. And before anyone says anything, we're going to have a quick break so I can make a cup of tea, have a wee, and prepare myself for what is about to happen.
Everyone stay, we need to talk.
Yeah, right.
While he's gone. we need to talk.
Right,
I need a
so,
wee first.
You
So-
can't. That's
so-
cheating.
so you can if you want.
We
You
can
if
plan.
you want.
Yeah, we
Keep
can.
going.
You go left,
How's
I'll go
that
right.
plan?
I
Right.
will-
While you do all that, people in the chat, thank you so much for the gifts and the subs and stuff like that. We'll be back in about 10 minutes where we'll crack on with this. Yeah, we'll be back soon. Thank you. Don't go away.
We've changed you back. It's fine.
Yeah, but you're all in the same place on the stream, and we're back, so people should be able to hear us. Hopefully.
Oh, good. Well done.
Awesome.
Right, so. This might not be the one I'm after. Let me check.
Say what now? I don't know.
Just checking something.
He's checking something. Leave him alone. He's
Oh.
checking Everdark stats.
Before you fully go back into it, mate, can you
Yeah.
share a link to Sirenscape to make sure it's working?
Ah, yeah, please.
Because I can't really
That'd
hear
be
any
really
background
nice.
noise on the stream.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do. How do I?
3 lines. Their audio.
That is ruining the moment, but
Sorry, mate.
Wah, wah.
I didn't want to log into it myself to get the link just in case it broke.
I feel like I need background noise for this moment, though.
it's honestly. So I've found the one I was after, and it's a beautiful contrast of the Empress of Vittoria and Gluttonius.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
So, you good or you're waiting for your music? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm in it. I'm ready.
Where did you send the link?
Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
So it should be quite plinky with the odd munching of Gluttonius.
Disgusting.
Yeah. She's a foul one.
There it is.
So,
Lovely.
before you, the round table. The no walls, no ceiling, just an ever-stretching nebula of stars. The floor, as I said before, is like petrified water as if it's crashed against cliffs. You'd feel that you'd have to step carefully as not to break it or hurt yourself. I mean, feel free to do the opposite, but this is what you see before you. And a round table. Several chairs free. A large colossal wolf sat with Lord Everdark on one side. And then you have Gluttonius chowing down, and Rathian, the Slayer of Sin, sat with them. And then the Empress beyond with her 2 light and dark Colossan tigers. It's a great word, Colossan. Gluttonius looks up, sees you all, just nods, carries on ramming food into her face. Rathion is gripping the table with such restraint that you feel that the table itself might have finger dents where his hands have been. He is dressed almost in a mimic of Althea, whereas his armour is real dark, like shadow dark, full muscle caress, the pauldrons, the shin guards, the forearm guards, the gaps where you wish to show your scars sometimes across your abs or across your biceps and such. He doesn't look, he stares straight ahead. He's staring at nobody, he's staring Everdark is slightly off kilter and he's staring straight ahead. Everdark is just humming to himself, eating this steak in small pieces. He's not even eating, just little tiny delicate pieces. And the Empress is just sat, her arms kind of outstretched, stroking the heads of these 2 massive tigers.
Everyone, because everyone's still holding on to me, I'm guessing they can all feel me kind of pull forward to kind of lurch almost towards this table.
No.
Are we still scared? By the way?
Yeah, you 3 are still frightened.
Are
but
we
but
frightened
not
of
of
a
no,
thing?
no.
Okay.
That's what I said earlier. You're not frightened of any of these individuals. You're just
Okay.
frightened.
Okay, that's fine.
Your Highness, we apologise for the intrusion. I'm going to try and feign complete nonchalance. And I'm happy to roll for it. Nonchalance.
Are you deliberate?
Nonchalance?
Are you deliberately feigning it?
Oh yeah, because I'm furious. I would like to stab most of these fuckers straight through the eye.
Give me a deception roll. If that's still on the
Dark's head would
skill
fit in my
list.
mouth right now.
No, don't fuck me, don't fuck me. Oh, it is not bad. It is a 19.
It's not good.
It's a +0. That is not bad.
I'll be the judge of that.
I don't care if I succeed anymore. That's fine.
Yeah. Over the crunching and squelching of glutinous eating. Oh god. So ambience is wonderful.
You see why I asked for the serious now? This makes it so much more like
As you are feigning nonchalance, you see that the Empress. I'll give this one to you. Every time Glutorius crunches or squelches or grinds their teeth, there's a irritation in the Empress. I mean, for one so beautifully sorrowful, there's still a little, eye twitch. And you can see the, shall I just meteor storm the dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should.
It might catch you all, I'm just saying. We'll all die together.
Danger sense. Danger sense.
Everyone is dead.
Rav's like, I'm out, I've known you for a week. So you give your little feign of nonchalance.
Yes.
The Empress nods back towards you. Just stares at you. None of them have reacted other than Glutonis looking, raising her head and carrying on eating. Everdark's ignoring you. The Empress is just staring what feels like through you. And the only one that's spoken is Fizz.
A low snarl. Just the tips of my fangs starting to show. Hackles are fully fucking raised.
The mane's gone.
Same thing, Amelia. I did exactly the same thing.
Just the tits.
I heard the tits of my fangs, and I was like, tips. Right, yes.
I'm a boy. Technically in this form.
Have tits on your fangs if you want. You're a druid shapeshifter. You do what you want.
True. There are no rules.
Chimera, baby.
I'm gonna kick Rav. Like, you got us this far. Come on, speak, and kick him in the shin.
Don't know any of these people.
Terrified.
You can see like sweat running down Rav's face.
On the basis
I'm going
that
to look around, concentrate on the Empress. Most beautiful Empress of Victoria. It's a incredible honor to be in the presence of someone so grand, so wondrous, so as epic as yourself. We have all come from afar to bring you tidings of the world out of the goings on outside, the darkness that is currently sweeping across your great nation. We come at the behest or with one of your own people, the Lion of the Sands, Altir.
Lioness of the
The
Sands.
Lioness of the Sands, Altir.
He's frightened. We'll let him off.
I'll do a deep bow.
I will also begrudgingly bow.
Come with, at least I think, kin of yours, a great friend to us all. We come to tell you of what we believe is the origin of this darkness outside your walls.
This is such an awkward conversation.
As you say that, Glutonis goes, go on then, tell her. Just carries on eating. And you see Everdark go, just chuckle to himself while he's eating. And he kind of holds up a piece of meat on the silver fork and is just...
Okay,
you can also see Everdark is not liking the sound effects coming from Glutonis at the moment.
Just kill it.
Why do
just skip the pretense right now. Are we barking up the wrong tree to come and have a conversation with you if you are friends with
maybe Faze,
these people?
she might not be friends. She might be a.
That's what I'm asking. I'm just checking.
Okay.
Her eyes dart between
I'm
you
scared.
as you have conversations. What were you doing, Rav? You were doing this?
So I was about to say, My apologies, beautiful Empress, for the lack of deference, of course, in my friend's approach in her speech to you. I feel it has been a long time since she has spoken in court. But it is strange that we come here bearing tidings of darkness that is sweeping across your nation and find the cause of it supping at your table.
Juicily.
I'm turning Sirenscape on.
I'm gonna look at Etheria, widen my eyes at Etheria, and then look towards the Empress as we're talking to her vocally.
The Empress is just weighing everything and listening to everything you have to say.
Phase is just rock solid.
You're not Fizz, Tony.
Nope,
Let it go. It's twice now.
Yep, my brain.
Tony, get off my character.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it. Leave her alone. Alright?
Sean is in the window.
Etheria stood stock still, stiff, next to Fizz. Looks at Althea and says in Althea's mind, I think he can hear us anyway.
He can't.
Can I reply to that?
But I can.
Hmm?
You hear he can't, but I can.
Don't know who that's from.
You've got a good guess it is the Empress.
Can I reply to your message, Tony? In your head?
Be a bit, no?
Yes, you can reply to message.
Depends if it's message or psionic, whatever it is.
Yeah, my telepathy. I used telepathy.
So can I reply or no?
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
We know how to play the game. We've
I
been
don't
playing
believe
for
so.
years.
No, not in that
Okay.
one.
Okay. Well, at least got the grips of the idea of how to have a private conversation with the Empress.
Hearing the Empress and her saying that, I will say, what will I say? Are you okay? These people here, they are a part of the darkness. Are you allies, friends? I don't know how to ask, Your Highness.
You sent that to the Empress in a mind?
Gone
Okay.
silent, lady.
Why?
Yeah, you gone.
Ah, bitch.
Can you hear me now?
No.
No, still nothing. So, wrapping it up, up over Dark's head, slash up Plutonius. DM can't roll, so it's fine. It means we're automatically dead.
I'm gonna murder
He can
Raphael.
hear
Raphael's
us,
my
he can
one.
still roll.
No, we
You
can't.
can see he's going to start doing this and be like,
You. I'm gonna
You
headbutt Raphael
are
into the
dead.
ground.
no, you're
Yeah,
not.
cool.
Now?
Yes, I am.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there he is, there he is.
Ravioli. No, we can't hear you at all. It's fine. Ravioli is gonna fuck the Empress and then steal Everdark's coat.
I mean, that was the plan, but you know.
Steal Everdark's coat. Brilliant.
So what did you ask the Empress there? Are these your friends, allies?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you all saying that mind to mind, yeah?
Mind to mind. Basically saying, are these friends of yours allies? Do you know of the darkness in your lands?
She frowns at that question. Almost insulted. And then at that moment, Everdark stands up. It's been a wonderful meal. But it seems that we are to give you an audience with the Empress. And he's kind of looking at... He doesn't look at you, he looks at Rathian and Glatonius. Let us leave and give them that privacy they so desire. I'm sure we can find something to do in the palace. Turns back to the... Glatonius, please finish as soon as you can. Looks at the Empress, does a hella long bow, like forehead touching the floor. Your Highness, Your Majesty, your wonder that is. Thank you for the, well, thank you. And, well, we won't be far. And he shifts his chair back. Glatonis picks a few more bits of food up. Gets up, carries like in one arm just tray, just like covered in grease. Her beard is just like ringing with it, just looking up at you lot as she walks past.
As Rathia walks past me, I'm gonna go.
Freya lets out a full-blown growl snarl.
And as Everdark walks past, I want to make sure we're
Hang
like
on.
eye-to-eye.
Wait, let's do the Raffian bit first. As Raffian steps and he's bolt like soldier upright, and his fists are clenched, and as you blow him the kiss, you see he does this with his hands and then like re-clenches them, and he follows Glatonius out. Everdark.
I do the kiss and I'm gonna say soon. As I see him clench his hands.
You hear in your mind from Rathian, I have no time for killing children in darkness. And he keeps walking. Everdark puts his chair back, he walks around, he puts Glatonius and Rathian's chair back, adjusts his coat, like, flicks his hair. He said his goodbye to the Empress, he walks past, just casts an eye over you all, lingers a stare on Rhea for a moment, smiles at the ground. His wolf follows him, doesn't growl, just stares at you all. It is indeed a dire wolf. And then when Faze locks eyes, he locks eyes with Faze, and as he's walking past, he stops. It turned out so beautiful. Who knew? Anyway, soon.
I'm gonna swipe out a claw, full well wanting to miss, but just showing how pissed.
He doesn't
Okay.
flinch.
A tetchy lion.
He doesn't flinch. As the paw goes past, he doesn't flinch. The wolf, however...
Go on. The wolf what?
Was it going to bite you? 22?
Wolves.
I don't know what you...
I don't know. Is Rhea's armor class higher because she's got like 3 people clinging to her right now?
that are frightened, so probably throwing themselves out of the way of the swing.
My armor class is 22.
You take 21 points of piercing damage.
Fine.
As it just snaps out at your paw, and it's now got his hand in your paw, and then it lets go and backs off a little bit. Now. There's no need for fighting. We don't want to shed blood in the Empress's throne room. None of you noticed, but as he gestures at the Empress and you kind of all look, she's stood. And the 2 tigers aren't sat, they're also stood. Apologies, Empress. Clearly, it was my fault. I provoked. Apologies. Forgive me. And she just nods at him. Snuggles, follow me, please. And him and the wolf leave the
Snuggles.
leave the throne room.
And Faze has to go. Snuggles?
Raphaeus is just chuckling.
Not worse than being killed by Snuggles. As they leave, there's no more of the crunching.
Thank.
Jesus Christ!
What the f?
Boom.
Was that Everdark closing the door?
The door, yeah.
When the door is closed, and I'll give a second, I will say out loud to the Empress, I'm sorry if I was impertinent. We were shocked. I didn't know how to word it. But greetings. I am Etheria, the Winter Rose, and these are my companions.
I'm gonna pad over to her side of the table, lie on the floor, and roll onto my side.
Very non-threatening.
She looks down at Rhea, looks at the rest of you. You are new, and you are missing too.
They are.
Oh, that was too soon.
When you say missing too, do you mean alchemist friend?
Your dragon is not far,
No.
but your
he's
small
not.
chronicler is not of this world, anymore.
No.
And neither is the one from the lands of snow.
No.
No, Everdark killed him.
And whatever is happening to stories in
A
Colossus.
large-breasted gnome brings a cup of tea to the Empress.
Whatever is
Oh,
happening to stories
I want one.
in Colossus, unfortunately happened to Velk. So no, he's not with us anymore either.
Penglai is what happened to
Yes.
stories in Etoria. The mountain has shifted. I hear of a battle beneath the Palace of the Seven. Warriors so
Yes.
grand as to take on an avatar of Penglai. And to
I
fly
don't
away
fancy.
in a ship destined for the sky. It now sits in my harbour. What
That
do you
was
know of
revealed.
Penglai?
Oh,
Dude,
Yeah,
is everyone still
yeah, we
frightened?
fucking. Yep, you three are still frightened.
You're not acting very frightened.
Ravios isn't saying a fucking word. He's acting.
Yeah, yeah.
Your Eminence. I'm afraid royalty's not really my realm of experience, either before or after my almost death. Does your palace automatically exert some kind of pressure? Because 3 of my friends appear to be sweating quite profusely. Love you, Becky.
There's my gnome.
Silent again.
You've gone silent again, yeah.
Why?
No, you're back.
No, you haven't.
Be back.
You
We
haven't.
just
I
didn't
don't
hear
know
what you said about Bex. Yeah.
I said there's my gnome.
Yeah, we did not catch that, but that's fine.
All hearts are tested when they walk beneath. And just gestures at the stars around her. I am aware of Everdark, as all those of the realm and gestures towards Rhea. I am aware of Gluttonius's actions throughout my nation. But those actions were given blessing by me. Penglai is not a force we can take. With a handful of aspiring heroes. The cult of the last page comes with the waking of Penglai. There is no army in Etoria that is strong enough to face them on a battlefield. And therefore the unliving will be relentless and whittle down their numbers. It is a sacrifice all should be willing to make.
I do not consent to this.
Shut up, chicken boy.
I look at Ram. You good, buddy?
No. No, I am not. You have sacrificed countless thousands of your own people. People who look to this city and you for their safety, for governance, for... You have sacrificed them in the name of...
Etoria will survive this.
Etoria is its people, the land.
People will return.
There is no Etoria. You have desecrated it. You have just...
I'm gonna very politely kick Ravius and go, it's an empress. I understand your perspective, but do keep it simple.
You think this is the first time Etoria has not faced such a threat? You think this is the first time Etoria has not sacrificed?
No. But I think you're wrong in the nicest and politest way possible. Fucking hell, Hannah.
The lion chokes on a chicken bone.
Preach. I think you're wrong. I think that good hearts are likely to prevail where evil won't. Giving extra strength to evil people doesn't help anyone.
Why are they evil?
Because they commit evil deeds.
Have
They
you
sacrifice children.
have you never committed an evil deed?
Not to that extent, no.
Oh, so you have.
I've made mistakes.
Mistakes.
But I've never deliberately committed an evil act, and I certainly haven't sacrificed innocent lives.
Who decided it wasn't an evil act? You?
Well, on what specific thing that I've done? To my knowledge, I have done nothing that would constitute evil.
But who is the one that constitutes that it's evil? Yourself or another? Did you commit an act that you thought was fine? Did you commit an act that somebody else told you wasn't evil? Who decides what's evil?
You have to in your own heart. Are you saying you don't believe that their actions are evil? You don't believe that them turning entire towns into the undead is evil?
I don't live by evil and good. I live by light and dark. And right now, Atoria is to become dark. Once Penglai is gone, the light will shine. Atoria will come back. People will return. The Celestials will bless the lands. Children will be born again, wanting to aspire to be the heroes that took down Penglai, the mountain. Atoria is stories. Pages turned. Years from now.
The stories that you ended prematurely.
All stories end. All of them.
Yes. You chose the end. Plus thousands of stories. You chose to end them. You chose to close the book.
And new books will be written.
I understand your perspective.
And not.
It's not a mortal view, right? The big picture. Seeing things on a grander scale than the balance of life and death. You're trying to save the greater balance of life.
I will ensure the story of Atoria continues.
The power and the forces that Everdark can bring to bear, are they not better pointed towards Penglai rather than to people like us?
Everdark seeks all power. Everdark is not one to be entered into negotiation with. I merely take advantage of his minions.
What's he gaining from that? If he's only interested in power, he must be getting something from you in exchange.
He wishes a child. One of union. One that he will not receive. But he does not know that.
So you're planning to betray Everdark? From his perspective, my apologies.
Yes.
But
What child?
Assuming one between him and the Red Lady is what he'd like most.
Looks at Althea.
I look at Althea too.
When you stare into the heart of the one that desires yours, you see emerald. You see power. Imagine a child of the dragon and the lion of Atoria, and what that child could become. And she looks
My ear
down.
is instantly gonna
She
pop
look.
out of
She
my own pore.
she looks down at Althea's stomach.
What?
Telling us that Althea's. I stand by that. That's all I can say.
Do I bear this child now, or is this a future thing?
The pages have not yet been turned. I do not know.
Oh no, because there's no one to fucking write them.
Well, you shouldn't have lost your fucking gnome, should you?
Ah, it's always written narrative. It's almost as if the stories are being unwritten.
Does he want this child to raise, to have as a weapon? What has he given you any indication as to why he wants this child.
A vessel?
It doesn't matter. He's not going to get it, but I don't.
Does he want
The
his own
Empress,
child or
the Empress
emerald child?
steps from her throne towards Althea, and as powerful as her aura is, she's nowhere near the height of Althea. And she holds out her hands and takes Althea's. Everdark wishes power. You are Althea, the lioness of Atoria. The sands beneath your feet are gold. Your lineage echoes throughout the history of Atoria. Some of them, I believe, you can call to bear arms in your defence at times. There is a spiritual anger, a passion, a rage deep in your heart. When you call forth that passion, the spirits stand by your side. Correct?
Yes.
And your heart is held in the hands of a creature not seen in Colossus for the lives of many. An emerald dragon.
She's going to touch the scale that she wears around her neck. The piece that Remy gave her.
There are not many that have the potential to reach the heights that you, and gestures to the rest of you, your friends can reach. You are on a path. You are in your own story, all of you, separate. You may be telling them together, but you all hold the pages of your own lives. There will be a time when you and Remy have a moment to give to Atoria its greatest story. Those pages I cannot foresee. But Everdark hungers for that power. He does not care whether it is a weapon, whether it is a treasure, whether it has the ability to heal or destroy. Everdark wishes, lives and breathes power. She lets go of your hands and steps back and sits on her throne again.
Why does he cover power so? What is power without purpose?
That you would have to ask of Everdark. There have been many over the millennia that have tried to fathom the designs and plans of Everdark. He sits in his home at Raven. Among the ravens, he converses with the Red Lady. He reaches out across nations, but has never attacked directly a power that may swing back. He always seems to have those of seat in his pocket. He will not challenge Atoria directly, but I will await his knife in my back.
Accurate. What if we could change this story? Rather than relying on Everdark, is there another way? Any other way that you can think of that we could assist with to take Penglai or deal with Penglai? We are willing to put our lives to this cause. Well, I am. I can't actually speak. That's a rude thing to do.
Yeah.
We already have. Of course we're willing.
Of course,
But-
yeah.
But we're willing to, apart from possibly Rhea over there.
You are the sixth and the one who refused. The one who refused is currently sat on your ship.
Yes.
And I'm one of the what now?
You are missing your chronicler, the one who can help you change the pages. And you are missing a replacement for the warrior of snow and ice. She just does a small side glance to Rav. Choose wisely.
Do we need a new chronicler? Look, we're not stupid. This is all very, very far over our heads. I'm a teacher, or I was a teacher. Like, we got a warrior. Rav, I think, was some sort of swindler, let's be honest. And Etheria, who is a little insular.
The
Sorry.
Rose of Winter, a warrior outside of the norm. Those of the Vey dynasty have never seen such a creature come in and ascend to the heights you have with swordplay. You have yourself, Faze, on a path far different than the one you set off from, avenging a loved one as she stares at you. You have vengeance running through you.
Certainly do now.
And you have, and kind of, first time, incredibly like that drawn out sorrowful look on her face as she looks at Rhea, kind of rolling around, like showing her belly.
No, Rhea changed back.
Oh, you changed back.
Change back.
When
So
she
she's
started
probably
talking
not
about
doing
she
that. Really weird.
She summons a lion who rolls around her belly. And you have a child of darkness who has stepped out into the light to see what pages lay before her. And gestures towards Althea. One of the greatest potentials of Atorian myth and legend. And your new friend, who will stand for the weak, protect those that can't, will challenge the authorities that make decisions unwanted by the people. And just gestures at Rav.
Protect the weak? Okay.
My mum is a better blade master than me.
There's what, sorry?
Yeah, that's the point, Etheria.
Say that again, Etheria.
My mum's a better blade master than I am.
Well, she's dead, so. Did you not get the message?
Get the memo.
think-
Yeah, died, mate.
What do you think Gluttonius was eating?
With us being missing, you say, 2 of our party, I think we can, and I don't know if you want to consider this a formal invitation, Rav, but I think we can safely say that we are only missing 1.
Would Rav be chronicler or one of us?
I mean, I don't think
As
we
you
particularly have to be-
say that to Rav, the Empress does this with her hand, and Bjorn's golden coin is in her fingertips, and she just holds it.
Well, see, I was wondering if anyone had taken that.
It wasn't my priority.
I know. Rav, we
look,
a
Rav,
very
A
very
shiny.
a very long time ago, we found 6 golden coins and 1 wooden one. We've all got 1 each. It gives us a little boon every so often. Little boost. The wooden one is Remy's. I think Wolfbearer took it when Remy turned into
Wolfbearer's
rain.
one of you gave a coin to Wolfbearer.
Oh, but Wolfbearer
Yeah,
also
yeah.
had the wooden one when Remy turned to rain,
Yeah.
so I'm going to assume that he gave it back to
yeah,
Remy. We've all got 1. Remy's got the wooden one because he refused. He stayed behind. But this one is yours if you'll take it. It's kind of a commitment to what we're doing here, but I think you're a bit deep in now to refuse. So
Womp.
When our powers combine,
We
Fucking
can turn
Captain
into
Planet.
a massive Zoid.
I was
Oh,
just
God.
thinking that.
if you truly stand for all the things that the Empress just said that you do,
I
This would put me at odds with you, Empress.
All stories need a villain.
I don't think you'll
So
do it.
gracious of you to take the part. And he holds his hand out for the coin.
As she passes it to you, I trust you will fight me every step of the way, and she drops the coin into your hand. You feel a tingling sensation, as though bound to a cause.
That's funny. I don't think you're the villain. I think you are.
Fuck. Yes.
so
I can't agree with the choice.
Yes, it's just gonna side up. What the fuck?
The 2 tigers go.
as
But I can't
Faith,
agree with
sorry.
the choices you're making.
As Faye said, we aren't. Is there anything that we could do now that we have Wolfbearer who is on the ship with Remy? We are 6, and the one that refused. We are complete now that Rav has made this
Still missing a
commitment.
chronicler.
You
We're
require
missing-
a storyteller. All
Where do we?
myths and legends start with the spinning of a truth from a storyteller.
Any suggestions?
You are in the greatest city of Atoria, a place that crosses two realms, one of the dark fae and one of the material realm. If you cannot find a chronicler here, then maybe you are not the adventurers for this story. And she holds a hand out as if expecting coins.
We definitely are the adventurers of this story.
You should ask Tomlin.
Be a
Perhaps he
chronicler
will
or
know of
find
some.
one? That you meant to be
Ah.
a chronicler. I was like, I don't know that he writes.
I can't write, so yeah, you probably can't.
What about?
Ectelio.
Yes, I was going to say Ectelio. He.
What about him? She
Don't
sits
know
back.
where
She
it-
sits back and crosses her arms.
He's
What
a
about?
very famous. Well, we know him. We stayed with him for a while in his guild house. We've had some, but I know that he's not well, isn't he? He's really suffering from this. The stories being in danger.
Where all stories need a villain, there is one that always makes the largest sacrifice. Ectelio has his pages before him. I would not seek him out.
We'll find someone. Thank you for clarifying some points. I don't even know where we go from here.
Etheria just sucks.
I'd always just put up a wanted poster.
I didn't
Wanted.
mean that. I meant once we find a storyteller. I don't know where we go
Oh.
from here.
What other storytellers do we know?
We don't know any. We'll have to find one.
We
We'll
can't
do
just
it
pick a random story. Yeah.
Excuse me, mate. Do you tell story? Yeah. Come on. All this.
There must be. We've come across so many people.
Is there a guild house here? Or
I think it needs to be someone from here. I believe that's what the Empress is suggesting.
but
Right, we will find an inn and we will go from there and continue our very important mission, trying to save the world and as many of the people within it as possible.
Why don't we find a library?
A what?
A library.
A library? What's a library?
I
Place
You
with all
eat
the
it,
books
and it makes
stuff.
you tell lies.
A library.
Yeah, a library.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like the
right,
opposite of the truth
okay.
berry.
And the good berry.
Because there
Your
are people
Highness.
that do writing and stuff in there, like the hold on, Velk told me about people that write things for books, but for people to learn from, not so much stories.
Scribes.
If you desire such a place, on your way out, just ask for Elion the Dreamer. He is the master of the Hall of Eternal Scrolls, and my head librarian.
That's
See,
remarkably
library.
helpful. This, by the way, guys, is why I say she's not a villain. She's actually mostly neutral. You're not actively working against us, are you?
Light and dark.
Yes.
Which there has to be a balance. But what would I know? Rhea just kind of turns around and back to the group.
I can only look at the Empress again. She looks quirky.
Aren't we all?
Thank you for your time in seeing us. We will attempt not to cause ruckus in the city. If you would like a fight between the Lioness of the Sands and what's his name? What's his name?
She sits back. She sits back.
Leo.
This is the first time she's not been regal. Like she kind of relaxes as if, dare I say it, aroused. Like she has that catch in her breath, as you mentioned, a fight between the Lioness and Rathion. She's kind of catches her breath a little bit, and she's
I
just
believe
stroking the tigers a bit too much.
Althea, who
Yes, the
had mysteriously
tigers.
gone missing for a second,
I had to pee. Sorry.
right, would be very keen.
In my throne room, Althea.
Just
Just-
appears in the corner again.
These,
Just in a vase.
these battle skirts are a wonder.
Just squat.
Is it a territory thing, Althea? Like Lioness's thing?
There's peas on there.
Yes.
What are we? Sorry, what did I?
Your friend
I don't know.
Fairs here has offered a delightful display.
Diversion.
Yourself, and she kind of sits forward and reaches out towards your face. Yourself, the lioness of the sands, against Rathian, the greatest gladiator, slayer of sin.
See, I don't like him having that title, personally. I don't know where he's got that greatest gladiator thing from, but he hasn't ever fought me. So yes, I would.
And you would
be
do it?
Delighted.
So that's like pulling on a look.
I would
She's
do it.
very
but
up for this.
First
But-
blood.
First blood. Also, if I win, which I will, I would like you to consider stopping what you've got going on with Glutonius, and I would like you to work with us
Dark.
and Everdark. But Everdark, I know that you're already wise to and are deceiving. I would like you to stop what you've got going on with Glutonius and work with us to explore other options that don't involve killing people, to work towards sorting out what is going on with Penglai and the ending of stories. We are firmly of the belief that the slaying and murdering of people needs to stop, and I am willing to risk my life and put on this show for you and potentially die, but I would be really appreciative if we did, you would work with us to find a different solution to what's going on. And we're very willing
Really
to.
believe it's possible.
Yes, we are very willing to do that, and we believe it's possible, and we will be, you know, your servants, as it were. We will be here to act out whatever you think would work out, just not killing innocent people. Sacrificing. Same thing. Is that okay, Face? Did I do good? Is that a good deal?
Give me a persuasion check.
Says shaking in her boots.
Yeah,
Her sandals.
I'm still scared.
AD, can I turn round just towards Althea and just do guidance onto her arm while giving her a hug and being like, good job.
Fuck yeah, if you want.
What's guidance? +4 or
A
advantage?
D4.
Plus a D4.
That's a default.
Oh, 17.
With your D4?
Honestly,
With the D4, I got 16 and a 1.
She ponders for a moment.
Considering I'm frightened, that's not bad.
there we go.
No.
Counter offer?
Counter offer. If you win, I'll do everything in my power to help you take down Everdark.
But Glutonius will continue.
Tonius works for me. They're just a minion of Everdark. Everdark is very aware of the relationship I hold.
Would you actively stop us killing Glutonius?
It's not my page to read.
Right. That's
I'm not finished.
a very good deal. Okay.
If Rathian wins, I still help you take down Everdark. But the child is mine.
How can you guarantee that this child is ever going to exist?
I'm willing to roll the dice.
Etheria fully aware that the Empress Caperistal
It's got ears.
messages Althea. This is, no, don't take it. You'd never trade children.
Yeah, just don't fuck.
Somehow I feel like divine will intervene and like there will be, you know...
DM
be a
will.
child.
Yeah.
There's going to be a child. I feel like there doesn't have to be sexual roles for this one.
To you, Althea, that's a big personal risk.
It's not a trade. Obviously, knowing that Etheria sent you a message.
In this moment, the immediate threat to the people of Victoria is what you have Glutonius doing. I want Glutonius stopping what she's doing to be on the table.
Threat is Penglai. Regardless, myself, Glutonius, your duel with the Slayer of Sin, Penglai will end all our stories. Penglai will devour any future writings of our myths and legends. Etoria will become a book of ash.
What will you do with the child?
Write a new story.
I'm going to need more specifics than that if you're asking for the most powerful being that will have walked this plane.
That depends
to be
on
handed
the
to you.
depends on the story. Depends on the writer. Depends on the ink used, the quill made. Depends on the influences around the child of whether or not it becomes the most powerful entity that Everdark believes will ever grace Colossus. Dragons were the greatest things to grace Colossus, and where are they now? The demonic realms, the fiends, they were the greatest threat to Colossus, but where are they now? Fended off by elves with sharp swords in the north and the east. Ravenholm had a king, an army the size of 10 nations, but where is he now? There is nothing certain in any of these stories. But a child is the first page. I believe, with a grand chronicler, one wise in the ways of myth and legend, could spin such a story for such a child. A mother who walked the sands and slayed the greatest gladiator to walk Etoria. And a father, the heart of an emerald dragon. And a sharp mind, if the rumours are to be believed.
Children are not about power.
I know they're not. I know them.
Althea, will judge you if you choose to take this deal. No one would mind if you would understand even the Empress.
Well, we have no deal, like your friend says. You go fight Rathion, you win. Some people throw gold at you, you're a little bit richer. You lose, your friends may need to find another warrior.
We need her help to defeat Everdark. She would be a really good ally to have. I don't know if we could do it without her. What would you offer with your allyship in helping us take down Everdark? What could you bring?
Well, that would have been a discussion around my table. I would need to know what we want to do with Everdark, what your skills are, what resources you've managed to acquire throughout your
We want
story.
is there a way to, when we fix, or I don't know how to word it, when we stop what Penglai is doing, when we restore the stories in Etoria, is there a way to leave Everdark's unraveled? Is there a way to delete his story? Is there a way to tear it up and burn the pages? Could we incorporate the two?
Of course. But
Then
I do not know how. Before you accept, even I know what it is I ask. You are willing to sacrifice so much for Etoria to get the death of a noble from another land.
We're not sacrificing anything of Etoria. We're going to be helping Etoria.
And remember, it's only if you lose. If you win, the child is yours.
And you promise now that you won't do anything to sway the fight in Rathion's favour because of your interest and what you would gain if he were to win.
She gestures to both tigers, light and dark.
Then I accept, with confidence that I will win and confidence that I will find a way, if I lose, to prevent the child from ever existing.
So be it.
In the interest of truthfulness, that will be my intention. I know that I'll be working against divine beings should it be truly written in a story, but that would be my intention. And if you're willing to roll that dice, then so am I.
It is not written. It is to be written. It is your story. If you wish to path a tragedy and break the heart of the one of Emerald, that is your choice. Not mine, not your friends, not even theirs. Gestures as if Remy stood next to you. If that's the path you choose, that's your story.
I wouldn't break Remy's heart. I would rip my womb from my stomach before I gave a child to Everdark. So we'll leave it at that.
So be it. I will arrange the festivities. I do love a good... And she kind of like zones out and not staring at you lot. I do love a good shedding of blood on the sands. Yes, go find your chronicler. I will send word. There's an inn in the Algora of Legends known as the Burning Candle. It is quite reputable towards me. You'll be safe there from anything Everdark or other prying eyes might wish to test. You will be sharing the city with them though, so just watch your backs.
What's the name of the inn?
The Burning Candle. Burning Candle.
Very well. We are done.
I have nothing more to say.
Me either.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for a glimpse at the pages before us.
Very interesting. I'll
Do you all go to leave?
Yes.
As you all turn to leave, the three of you are no longer frightened. And you just hear a elf, clearly directed at Rav. Remember, every step of the way. She just waves a hand for you all to leave. As you step back into the corridor of trees that have grown, there is a not like overwhelmingly spring/summer feeling, but there is a end of winter feeling. Like it's not as frozen. The way before you was a bit more comfortable. It's lessened. You don't feel like prey. You don't feel like there's predators on the edge trying to come in and have a go. You make your way back into the grand hall. You can hear the voices of Gluttonius and Everdark in the room to your right, but they're muffled and the words are not clear. Like you'd have to take action if you want to hear what they're saying. But they are conversing quite calmly in a room under the stairs as the way you came out. Is your plan to leave the palace into the Agora? Yep, I just need to know where you're going.
The plan is to leave and not look at any of the enemies. I don't want to see them. I don't want to interact with them. I don't want them in my face. I want to pretend they don't exist. I'm going to sit here and pretend I don't exist.
Etheria is very
Interact with any of us?
No, not you.
I don't want to look at them. I don't want to.
The Three Stooges. I don't want to deal with the Three Stooges.
I want to leave the palace, and I'm just going to be walking out going, fucking 1%, man. Fucking 1%. Bastards.
As you
Very strange accent. Never heard that one before.
It's because I'm
Yeah,
really
that's what
angry.
Ravi
When he's angry, he gets Welsh.
So pissed off.
you leave the palace back through the rose garden, out of the palace gates. The guard is very etiquette-esque, lets you out. You have the city of Tophis or Nakara, depending on which flavour you wish to name. Stood maybe 30 feet from the gates. You see a small halfling with blonde hair, bright eyes, a white tunic, and he's got 3 gold coins in his hand and he's playing with it, and he's kind of just sat there and he's messing about with it, and he sees you. Ah! Need a guide?
Yes, as it happens. The burning candle.
Oh, the Algora of... It's just down here. We passed that road down there.
Great, you can take us there if that's okay.
Is this a new job?
Yes.
Yes.
And I give him another 2 gold.
Oh, thank you, sir. Puts it in his really small coin pouch that's now just wedged with 5 gold. He's retiring after this. He leads you down. He leads you away from the palace. You now can no longer see the rose garden, except for Rhea. She can see the rose garden. It is now like ghostly walls around the gates. The iron gates are closed, and you see that awe-inspiring building now in your rear view mirror. Tomlin leads you to a grand marketplace. Pretty much a massive, gargantuan, colossal gathering square. Filled with colossal marble statues depicting the ancient heroes, gods, the mythical beasts. You've got priests, philosophers, merchants. There's trade going on. There's small little rituals going on. There's debates going on. Every now and then you see the occasional sacrificed small creature to the divine, the divinity of the tigers that look over the city. And obviously they take here to honour the city's protectors. The Agora of Legends is it's a marketplace none of you have ever, even if you tried to imagine it, you'd fail. It is a sea of small stalls, larger stalls, horseshoe shapes where it's one stall with like 7 tables around it. Then you've got buildings that are kind of built into some halfway into the stalls, and they're not full buildings. They've got their roof missing or 2 walls missing, and it's just this expanse of bartering, negotiation. There's gold switching hands, silver switching hands, items switching hand. There are people here that look probably like they own the sort of weaponry and armour and rings and trinkets and cloths and sandals and tunics that belong on kings and queens and empresses and gods, but they're just merchants. And then you see a few walking around the place that look like they should be stood side by side in a battle with Tarasques. They're clearly of a similar path to yourselves in whatever their stories may lead them to do. But here it is the absolute heart of all wealth. And you see Tomlin gesture towards a large inn. It doesn't stand out. It's not extravagant. It fits in with the rest of them. The Algora, called the Burning Candle, and there is a small candle sat on a little wooden lip coming out from the building, burning, and it doesn't seem to get any smaller. There you go, the Burning Candle.
Thank you, my friend. Do you know much about the storytellers, chroniclers of the city?
Oh, there's loads of them. Forever telling all sorts. Some tell some horrible stories, some tell nice stories, some about heroes, some about apples falling out of trees.
Who is the best? In your humble opinion.
Who is the best? The halfling is the best, with a raiding party of 6. What a guy! What a time to be alive! Thank you for the raid, Artie.
I actually thought that was an answer because I've got the wrong chat open for a
I just
second,
got
and
I just got a notification. Where's my gravy? Gravy raid. Thank you very much. Hello,
welcome
come for some
D&D.
D&D. I mean, you know.
It's been a weird session.
It's been a sesh. It's been a sesh.
Hasn't it just?
Yeah. Ooh, the best bard. Now you've got me.
Or the one most willing that you think might have a bit of an adventurous
One that wants to travel.
vibe.
I mean,
Yeah,
plenty of them will follow you for, I think, what's her name? She's got like fox ears. Oh, I can't remember her name. I mean, I don't know if they're hers or she just wears them as decoration. But she's usually in the burning candle.
Excellent.
Mighty convenient.
How did you know about the
Good
burning
eye.
candle?
The Empress directed us here.
Ooh. Look at you, fancy.
It's not that special.
I mean, okay. Well, do you need me anymore?
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Yes.
You tell stories, Tomlin.
I do, but not like. I mean, I can. I'm all right with a quill. Like, if I can write stuff
There
down.
was a young lady from Ealing who had a peculiar that sort of story. Is that what we're talking about, Tomlin?
I mean, roses are red, Guinness is black. If you lie on your back, I'll, get you another drink.
So no, but thank you.
But
I'm looking at.
I am good. I am good at guiding. So if you need guiding, just let me know. Thank you very much. I mean, 5 gold coins. That's...
Is guiding any in way loosely related? Like, he's weird, right? Like, there has to be some kind of reason.
We
that
need him.
Fucking...
He's
Yeah.
weird.
Let's keep him.
Just want to take him with us.
There's no way this NPC is just a civilian doing his job. He has to be the next level 20 paladin.
It's like an avatar of a god who's trying to guide us in the right place.
AD gave him a description. He's here for
He's
a
clearly
reason.
important.
He misty stepped up onto the fucking ship.
Yeah.
He held FaZe's hand, and she felt like the warmth of the human
He's
warmth
got-
through
there
that
is-
hand for the first
Look,
time since she
who
died.
is he?
Other people
Hey,
have
Tomlin.
magic.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn magic, buddy?
Well, they've been around.
Just wondering.
You got to look after yourself. A lot of people
And
around
your-
here can
and your
do
guests, of course.
guests.
The ones you're guiding. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. Sometimes. I mean, I don't know a lot. Like I can bounce here and there, like through the mists. I mean, I'm in Nakara. Like it's easier than if I was to do it on the mainland. Like I can kind of I cheat a little bit using the mists here.
Called it Nakara, not Itoria.
Well, a lot of the Fae call it Nakara.
Are you Fae?
No. Looks
You
checks
call
himself.
it-
Checks himself. Nakara,
Whereas sniffs
Itoria's
him.
everything. Looking at you confused. Nakara's here. Or Tophis, it depends.
Oh, sorry, you called it Akara, not Tophis. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot. I call it Tophis sometimes, and I just call it Nakara and
fair,
gestures at
Nakara-
Raya just to be respectful.
To be fair, Nakara's a better name than Tophus. It just sounds like fuzzy toes to me. Tophus.
I mean, I'm not going to judge. I'm not originally from here, so whatever you guys want to call it, that's up to
Where
you.
are you originally from?
The Highlands way, the Towan Highlands. Ever heard of it?
Actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
North of here, I think. I'd have to check me up.
Alright,
Yeah.
keep your assistance.
Hey, anytime. Thank you.
Looking it up here. Anything else?
Probably, but.
I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Are you a bard?
Not a good one. I mean,
But are you a bard?
well, if you give me a few beers, I'll get on the stage and.
Althea, this is not the
Perfect.
same.
You ever-
Permanently drunk.
Do you lot play roulette? Looks around
Yeah.
at you.
No,
We have, yeah.
No, Raph, no.
I have never played
I,
roulette.
don't do it. Don't do
You
The
it.
know
stories I have
Leonidas?
been told, I do not wish.
I mean, I don't. Know, I know of him. I don't know
Know of
him.
him.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a halfling.
everyone's been. We don't just know each other just because I'm an halfling. Like, what is that?
Althea, that was the
Great
most
day.
racist thing you've ever said. What the hell?
What is
That's
do
what
you
I'm
know
also
all
silly
angel
yelling.
gladiators? There's only one of you,
yes,
to be
there's
fair.
not many of us.
Yeah. About
How,
3
how
of
do
us.
you know that?
Just a feeling. I know of. Like, I mean, everyone's been to Bugsy Bay, haven't they? Shagaloof.
Hi. If you don't mind me asking, I just curious, really. At this point, we're just asking you questions about your entire life, and I thought I'd brought it
Yeah,
out for a new one.
I mean, you're the first customers to be that in depth. To be fair, like they just pay me to get them somewhere.
We've been really stressed today. I think we're just enjoying
Ask,
the
why,
chat.
why don't you go get a drink and I'll...
Not that I. We've been accompanied more Tomlin than I need this week. And I'm just going to walk into the bar.
Oh, looks at you lot as he starts to walk away. Bye. You see him scuttle off into the crowd.
Etheria waves then follows Rav to the bar. Is going to ask if there are any rooms available.
As Rav walks in first, as you lot then follow in. Rav, you walk into rambunctiousness. If that's even a word, but we'll go in with it. right? Oh, rambunctious. It's loud in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Because it seems quite mystical.
Right, like it's bouncing through Sirenscape, chuffing. Let me.
You can have rambunctious mysticness.
I mean, not in the burning candle, my friend. So, as you walk in, it is rather loud and rambunctious, noisy. Come on then. It is such a contrast to going from outside where it's all plinky and harp music in the silences, filling the silences, to coming into here, that you... friendly tavern. It's got to be the most used sound set on Sirenscape. This should change.
Just make sure it's not the city noises that have the woman
With the pistachios.
Great timing.
No, there's
No,
another city noises, and there is a woman having a fantastic.
All right, we'll get what.
Like every 4 minutes, you'll suddenly hear her make some noises, and then it just goes away again. So you'll think it's really normal, and then suddenly in the background.
4 minutes. That's a lot of effort. The walk as we walk into the tavern, it is boom, hits you straight away. There are people on the bar. This is as Atorian tavern-esque as this is reminders of Buxy Bay. You've been who you are, Rav. You've been to places like this. This is your mojo. Like, people are willing to listen. People want to listen. It's easy to get them up and going. People dancing. People singing. It is just different to the dark-faced city you've just left behind. There's only one person in here with fox ears. Yep. You can't kind of make out their features and such, but you can see them kind of above the rest, just bobbing around. Immediately you are met by a really well-dressed barman who seems to... His tunic and attire is quite expensive for what you see before you as essentially a sailor's tavern. Again, super contrast to the dark-faced city on the other side of the door. You must be Rav. The Empress let us know you were coming. You have several rooms available for you. Your friends have already arrived. What was it? Sir Rami and Remy. Sir Remy.
Yeah, Sir Ramekin.
Sir Ramekin.
Owlbearer, yes.
And oh no, he said wolf.
Wolf bearer.
Yes, Wolfbearer. Sorry.
I think owlbearers are maybe not too soon. But they're sat. We have a table for you. Well, yes. Are your friends following? As the door opens and you all follow into this, again, very contrast to the dark-faced city behind you. It's as if you stepped into another world.
Would like to drink.
It's all on the house. Orders of the Empress.
Like to go to our room.
Wonderful. I'm gonna go sit at the table. I will not drink. Then
I will lick the piss from the floor.
Rav.
What? The Winter Rose? You said what? Sorry.
Could I go to my room, please?
Yes. Gives you a key. Number 8. Just go up the stairs on the right. It will glow to let you know where your room is. And yes, we can send someone. I will send someone up. And just kind of clicks his fingers, and you see a few of the bar staff behind, like thingy. Room service, room 8. Anything else? Lioness? Food, drink?
No, thank you. I'm going to follow Etheria slightly as Etheria walks off to try and talk to them.
Okay. Anybody else?
sit down at the table, pull out my flask.
Do you go sit with Remy and Wolfbearer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my own flask. Drink that up.
I paid for it with my hard-earned money.
Rav, you're weird about this.
In a tavern,
I don't know
in
if you
Toll,
noticed.
that's owned by
I
the
have been
Empress.
told that I must resist the Empress at every turn. I will sleep in the bar.
Who told you to resist the Empress at every turn?
The Empress.
She asked. She didn't tell you. Interpret it how you see fit.
She asked.
Right, but I don't think she meant no.
I'm gonna go to the bar. I'll bring drinks over. You drink. You don't have to
Thank
drink.
you.
It's up to you. and he wanders off. Remy is like...
Get him a pint.
Remy and Wolfbear are sat there with 2 massive steins. Oh, thank you for the gravy time. Thank you for the phone.
Rav, I insist that you have a drink, and if you don't, then you're going to be letting me down, regardless of what the Empress wants.
You notice Remy is like this. It's good beer. It's good beer. Hello, Althea.
I need to
Pretty.
have a
Just
very
drinking it.
serious conversation with you, but I think we'll do it in the morning, shall we?
I mean,
Oh no, Althea, at least lunch.
I love serious conversations. The wyverns, they don't talk so serious so much.
Okay, I'll be back. I need to talk to Etheria.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Hey,
bye.
Can someone
Bye.
just say they're proud of me? I didn't stab
As-
anyone, and I think that's.
I'm proud of you, Face. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Ram.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Proud of you too.
I love her, you know. I love her. I always,
No.
since we were
We-
kids,
No.
Have you told her that yet? Rather
Yes. I
than
mean-
declaring it to us.
I think so.
I
Wolf-
absolutely think he has.
I mean, who are you?
This is Ram.
Oh,
Ravios.
Famous ravioli.
the guy, been with us a week. I'm sorry. This bit, Wolfbear just pats him.
Look, Remy, shots.
Yay! And he
Guys,
just
I will
leaves
kill
it.
you.
What you see Remy pulling portions out from God knows where, tipping the contents out, filling his vial with shots.
No,
Bang!
Eddie, no.
Just nails him.
No.
Yeah.
Wolfbear, you can see Wolfbear has not touched his stein. Like the froth is still in the beer. And he's just watching, making sure which portions the lad pours out and which he replaces. Remy's
Don't
having
watch
a whale of a time, bless him.
Raya's gonna do shots with Remy.
Ah, you're my hero. You're my favourite one, Raya.
I know. And
Just-
keeps doing shots.
Yeah, I got the good stuff. Don't drink. And he thinks he's whispering. Don't drink that. Drink this. And he pushes a little vial over to you, and it's black, like black treacle.
Black Sambuca.
It's black sambuca. There's a little raisin in it. Drink this.
Say
If you-
less, and she just
Bang.
doesn't even listen to the rest of the explanation. Just gone.
Cool. You are invisible for the next hour. You are immune to necromancy damage.
Wow.
Bitch, you're gonna start a fight. Where's Everdark?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
That's all we needed.
Bang.
Invisible for an hour, immune to necromancy. Cool.
The kryptonite of Everdark. I can't see you.
Don't kill.
I can't see you.
Antonius.
I'm at least six shots in at this point. So
Cool.
Right.
Don't go and kill
So
Glatonius.
you all see Raya, or don't see
We
Raya
don't.
go
Yeah,
invisible.
don't see
You
Raya.
see her go invisible.
See you disappear.
So while they're having a drink downstairs, Althea, you follow Etheria up the stairs.
Well, I sort of try and catch her at the bottom of the stairs.
Well,
I kind of
yeah.
follow as she walks off, but yeah. I hope that you don't judge me, Etheria.
I
Really do.
I understand. I know why you did it. I don't believe children should be traded. I was a child of power. Those people that sought to use me, those people that feared me, those people that would have used me, and in the end, I guess you could say I was traded, and it did turn out okay. I love my family. I love my life, but children. Like I said, I don't blame you. I know why you're doing it, but it's such a risk. Can
I
you
know, but I hope, and I want you to understand that I made that deal with the full intention of this child never existing. I will travel to the ends of the earth to find any wizard or cleric or anyone that can make this not happen. I will rewrite my own story. I don't intend to trade a child.
But that is almost as sad, don't you? Do you want this child?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, if I am to have this child and I put it in danger, is it? Would that be responsible to have a child knowing that anyone and everyone that knows about them and wants power, like Everdark, like the Empress, would be after them? Would it not just be safer for them to never exist?
Danger's a part of life.
It is, but if the creature is what the Empress says that it will be, if it was as powerful as the Empress said, I don't think it would be wise to ever be part of that existing. And also, it's only going to happen if I lose, which I don't intend to do. So,
I know. I don't doubt you can beat him, but I never thought we'd lose Bjorn.
Bjorn was Everdark, and I'm doing this so that we have the power to defeat Everdark. This is a massive risk, but in the moment, and from what we were saying and everything that we've spoken about, I truly believe that the risk to myself and to a child that might never exist outweighed or was worth the sacrifice of that to get the Empress's help, to defeat Everdark, to put a stop to everything that he's doing, to get her to help us with Penglai. We wouldn't have had any of that. And I just want you to understand, I don't want there to be any friction between us. I want you to understand that my intentions were only good and I don't intend to trade a child like it's currency.
I trust your intentions. I know why you did it.
I know that it's close for you. I know that it hits home. So I just wanted to make sure that we were okay before we carry on.
We're okay, and if I could, I would help you in that ring.
Thank you.
But this is 1-on-1, and
I mean, I hope that you're all going to be there. So that's going to be a help in itself. So I need to go and see my drunk dragon boyfriend and tell him that we can never have kids. So
what a time to tell him. What? Excuse me?
Just so you know, if you don't remember in the morning, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Wait till he's sober.
Yeah, there was something about shots with Raya, and then I'm sure I saw her disappear as I walked over here. So I'm gonna get back. Sleep well.
You may not want to do what you was doing the other night with him whilst he's things happen. I run into my room.
Okay.
As you walk back over, can I go, did Etheria just try to give you sex advice?
I believe that I got the wasps and the hawks talk from Etheria just then.
Well, that's...
I'm gonna walk over to Remy and just sort of steady him from behind. Like, he sat down, I'll come up behind him and hold his shoulders and hold him still. Like, you okay, darling?
Raya's just gonna whisper in Althea's ear and be like, "It was birds and bees."
Where the fuck is she?
And I understand it now.
Oh, that's
I'm assuming
really
you're
creepy.
still invisible. I'm just hearing this in my ear. Okay.
That's extremely unnerving.
Etheria would like to do something in the room when she's by herself.
Give me a perception check.
I'm sure she would.
You've turned into a robot, Fizz.
What?
Quite literally a robot.
Yeah.
I think you're alright now? Yeah, you're fine now. It was just a bit of lag.
Too much phase was coming through then.
8.
8?
Yep.
Cool. What are you doing in the room?
I would like to tap my bracelet and cast Sending.
Who are you sending to and what are you saying?
I am sending a message to Kiki Tao. I would like to say, and I've counted all these.
Oh, God.
Mother, I miss you, Father and the little dragon. The walk is hard. I have met people and lost people. How do you know what's right?
How do you know what's right in 25 words, Tone? Wow, that's like... Go with your gut, daughter.
All she says back. Now's not the time. I have a funeral to attend.
Oh.
Only 11.
That's all she says.
I only have one message and one sending. Balls.
down in the
Music is so vibey.
down in the tavern, Remy is kind of just leaning on Althea. You know what? He smells
Stroking his hair.
so good, so good,
Thank you, my love.
like blood and sand.
You smell like alcohol.
I mean, it's good alcohol.
Raya's just gonna be like, and potions.
Yeah, I mean,
How
she
much
drank
does it
it
take?
straight down.
How much does it take to get a dragon man drunk? And she's gonna look at Wolfbearer like, how long have you been here? Like,
We wasn't long after he left the ship, we received a message, a messenger from the Empress inviting us to the tavern. He's had a few. I am still on my first. He tasted the froth and he was gone.
Thank you, Wolfbearer.
Are we in any danger?
Yes.
Big question, honestly. Yes.
I'm a dragon warrior. There's no danger, Althea. There's no danger. The lioness.
All of
Well,
the danger.
Tomorrow.
He starts
tomorrow,
roaring
Remy.
like rah.
Do you remember Rathian?
He sits
Heard
up.
that-
He sits bolt upright with his pint. I don't like Raffian.
No, me either.
I fucking get.
Ruffian. I don't like ruffian.
Thug.
He starts shouting at the crowd. Fuck you, Raffian. Fuck you.
Remy.
Hey, Remy.
I got
I need to ask you
potions.
something.
I got fireball in it. Sorry, what, Faith?
What's your favourite part of Althea? Like, what's your favourite thing about her?
Remy, look at me. Don't listen to Faith.
She's got
Come on, what's your favourite thing? That, like, favourite thing about her?
a juicy big pair
Bald
of eyes.
spot on the back of her head.
She's
from
got
where her
such
hair
nice
got
eyes,
shaved
and
off.
he just leans in. He's got his nose right in Althea's. His eyes are closed. I love her eyes. I see them all the time.
Get your hand off my tit, Remy.
Sorry, I thought it was mine.
Remy, you need to go to bed, buddy.
I do.
No.
And he looks at Althea. He's like, "Yeah, let's
Oh,
go."
mate, you could not.
What? And he leans in
Remy?
and he tries to whisper to Althea, "I've got a potion for this. Don't worry, I'll be Raya's rain. I had to make gold somehow while you were gone."
Hey, Althea, you can probably also do a contraceptive. Just so we're not on
anything happening between us when you're like this, I feel would be like borderline illegal on my part. So we're just gonna go to bed.
Jeez. We're in Colossus, baby.
We're just
gonna
gonna
get
go
some
to bed. You're gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep, and you're gonna feel awful tomorrow.
We're in room 16. Well, no, we're in room 9. Which
Come
is
on, then.
which is next door to number 8
that. No.
and number 10.
Thank you for confirming. Come on, dear.
He jumps into your arms and you so you catch him. He's so strong and he's stroking her like face and hair.
I'm going to princess carry my little drunk boyfriend.
There's a good chance as a teetotal person. I've been around a lot of drunk people.
I'm gonna say to Rav, Rav.
Yes.
He's gone. He's like, put the coin on the table. It's done one.
As you are not drinking, I need you to look out for FaZe and Rhea. Okay?
No. You just hear
Especially
scream from
Raya.
somewhere across the bar.
I have to take my little drunk alchemist to bed. Okay?
I will do what I can.
Okay, I'm gonna need more. I need you to look after FaZe and Rhea.
First
I will
of all,
give
Althea, I'm sober and
110%.
don't. I'm sober and don't require looking.
I thought you were
after.
drinking. You're not drinking? I thought
No, I'm
FaZe was
winding
drinking.
Remy up.
Oh, okay. I thought FaZe was drunk.
No, I was just having
Just
fun with
see
Remy. I'm sober.
a shot
Okay.
glass being raised to FaZe's lips. Just really slowly.
I push it sideways.
Okay.
And then it kind of moves round and just back to her mouth really slowly, trying to pour it in.
It's probably
We'll
going to
just
take
play
both
that
of you
game.
anyway, but I don't need to tell you to look after Rhea because you're just going to do it. So I'm going to take him to bed, and I'll see you all in the morning. Big day tomorrow. Get lots of sleep. Let's go.
Big day
Really?
tomorrow.
Big day tomorrow. Good
Althea-
the greatest gladiator.
As soon as Althea and Remy do one upstairs, Wolfberry, like physically, just relaxes.
Downs his pint.
Downs his. Like, he's just that boy is head over heels and can't handle his booze.
No, it's
The
disgusting.
shot
I won't
goes
do-
from phase to wolf bearer.
Surely, with the amount that Face is pushing it away from their face, there's no liquid left in
So
that
I'm,
glass at
I'm
this
doing
point.
it very slowly. I
Just
Yeah, it's
shot
it's
glass.
so
What are we doing
slowly.
next?
It's just
hang on, Rich. No.
Okay.
Oh. It's been very calm. Yes. Well, no one should bother falling in love anyway. Everyone dies. What's the point?
Wolfbearer looks at everyone else. Well, shit.
I will drink to that, actually. And I'll hold up a glass to one's face.
4 shots are kind
Just-
of just like in the air
Yeah.
now.
Oh my god! There's a thud as Rhea hits the floor behind the table.
Doof. But I'm a mutant necro.
And then 4 shot glasses just shoot up from
Yeah.
the floor and like,
Is any undead?
Rhea?
As you sit in the burning candle, possibly
Sounds warm.
possibly awaiting a queue of bards for you to interview. Althea and Remy, you make it to room 9. Remy is in and out of consciousness.
Tuck him in.
He is.
Rhea.
There is. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Bad Idea Gaming. As you enter the room, there is a sprinkling of dust that is on the bed, akin to rose petals, say. But it's Remy's way of trying to be romantic. He jumps down out of your arms, wobbles over to the bed, and sweeps all the dust off the bed. Gets onto the bed. He's still fully clothed. Take me. And he's out cold.
I'm gonna take off like his armor, like the bits that would be uncomfortable to sleep in, and just.
I
leave
was
him
going to
in.
say, all right. I start taking his clothes off.
I'm gonna take off his armor and the bits that he wouldn't want to sleep in. Leave him in his tunic and like his linen trousers or whatever, and just tuck him in, push him over to his side, tuck him in, and give his hair a stroke for a little bit.
When you drop his tunic to the side, you hear the sound of 100 vials. Ding, 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 ding. They don't break, just hitting the deck.
Can you imagine if they did?
Oh shit, sulfuric. 2 things happen. Downstairs, coming through the crowd towards the table, you see a pair of fox ears just above, but you don't quite see who they belong to. Upstairs, Etheria, as you bed down for the night, yeah, your perception of 8 kicks in.
I'm hugging my swords.
Yeah. You kind of tossing and turning in your sleep. Something deliberate wakes you up, like you've been flicked on the ear or given a dig in the back. Like something deliberately wakes you up. And as you sit up to see, what's going on, something clatters on the floor. Looking over the edge of your bed, you see a small, like stiletto-esque knife. Yeah, and wrapped around, like tied to it, is a piece of parchment rolled up.
What, you're gonna say hair then?
I honestly thought
Honestly, I thought it was
I
gonna be
thought
hair.
the bed was gonna be sprinkled with hair.
Let
Not
me
gonna lie.
finish. Let me finish.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
As you unravel this piece of scroll, yep, you see wording on there, and the wording is threaded hair to make the letters. Right? So someone has thread the hair into the piece of parchment to create the wording.
I hate that
Yep.
fucking dwarf.
There is the colour of guild and gladiator hair. There is a dark hair. There is something that takes you a little while to realise is a feather, like someone's got a black feather and kind of thinned it out to use.
Not all of us.
So it almost looks like this Picasso-esque calligraphy of hair and feathers that have been embedded into it. on the top of it there is like it's been like ash has been rubbed across the top, and you kind of pick up the ash and it feels like burnt pages. And it's cold to touch and reminds you of a snowy place, maybe a tundra.
This is bullshit.
The goddamn bullshit.
What
I'm
does it
tired
say?
of this bullshit, Grandpa.
Well, that's too damn bad.
What's the wording?
Sleep well. I'm never far away. Kiss.
Wait, so some of my hair's there as well, because how the fuck did they get that off face? She doesn't let anyone touch her, she hates everyone.
I can only go with
the
my
creepiness of all of you touching her
And they just haven't met
made her
Ravios
this
yet.
really sick.
I guess.
Bjorn's ashes are there, though. Sorry, Bjorn's ashes are on the...
I know, that's messed up. Like, he's
No,
very dead.
no. Velk's ashes.
Velks, the book
The fact that it's
ashes.
cold, I think.
Cold
Okay,
is beyond.
Okay.
Still.
However,
is
however, Etheria, there's nothing on that scroll that reminds you of Rav, Wolfbearer, or Remy.
Nice.
And Rami.
I honestly thought it
Well,
was going to be like
he thinks he's Rami.
there's going to be a glitter bomb letter, like you unravel it and just crystal dust comes out.
That's in Althea's room.
And it's all over Althea forever.
When you reach, you just kind of like here, you feel a trickle, and you reach up to your throat, and there is a tiny, tiny thin line that's gone along your throat.
Sucks to be you.
Oh, it's
This
horrible.
guy.
I cast see invisibility and look around the room.
He stood right in front of you. Bang! You scan around the room, and in the top right-hand corner there is a tiny bead, like a scrying bead of magic.
I dispel magic.
Poof! The scrying disappears.
Um,
And before you do anything further, that is where we're going to call the session.
Yeah, because I need to go to bed.
Yes. So, finally.
Someone to raid, and I don't know how long they're gonna be online for.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the what do you call them things? Subs. Yeah, we'll be back
We have a
in.
new follower and a new subscriber.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bad idea gaming.
And
Thanks
the
for the
new-
raid
the
as well.
new
And the
sub.
raid. Thank you for the raid.
Yes, please.
Thank you for
Do we
all
level
of it. Yes, you do.
Yes!
We level up.
You, oh yeah, you all level up.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
bad
You
idea.
level
is the
up.
week
Okay.
after
You
next.
level up for one reason: surviving
I
the audience with the Empress,
Yeah.
which I thought was very cool. By the way.
Hey, can you send me Raffian's stats, please? When you get...
I can if I can. It might make you want to change your mind. actually, Empress, I'm all right.
I'm good. Have the baby.
I'm gonna go fight Pete the Spud. You know what I mean?
Pete the Spud.
yeah.
That well-known warrior.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Yes, you do level up. We can sort all that out whenever. Thank you for watching and all that good stuff. We'll be back in. Well, this campaign will be back in 2 weeks. Monday, 7:30ish. I don't know what date that is actually.
Yeah, bad idea, but week after next.
I've already said this, don't worry.
On the
So we do
17th.
two campaigns on here. We do one every Sunday, give or take, depending on real life. This one's every other Monday.
Cool,
And I've given
brilliant.
times as well.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cool. Right, that's it. That's all I've got. Take care of yourselves. See you all soon. And for now, say good night, please.
Good night,
Yes.
Raid.